Yes, doing well. Welcome on in. Right, let me change screen really quickly because we got quite a lot to do and quite a lot to talk about today. I have theories. I also have a lot of work. Wait, is the music a little bit loud? Let me fix that first. This is when it's not a bit loud and I'll just make it mute for everyone. It's a little loud for me. There you go. Hopefully that's all right. We'll find out. There we go. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in, everybody. So, following on from yesterday's stream, we have a slightly new direction for the costume in that it's a different cosplay. But that's fine. And yesterday, Feathered very kindly sent me a video on how to make a different type of flower, and I've been giving it a go. I've made one petal, but like I was like, how difficult is this going to be? And actually, it's not terrible. I thought it was going to be so much slower, but I really like how it looks. So we're going to be doing some of that today. Blame Feathered. Dear Cthulhu, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good morning. And George, bless you, you're fine. Thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you for popping in as well. I hope you're doing well. We are busy. Busy. We will now be busy for the next year, but that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. A nice busy year. I love that. So I have been cutting some pieces out preemptively. I've got some others that need to be cut out. I'll talk through it as I do it. I do also have some sort of updates on some theories. It does a bit of research on what other people are saying about the trailer. So as well as like, you know, just researching the things people are saying and seeing like whether or not I also believe that could be the case. And I have a slight updated theory. Very kindly as well, Atomic also sent me a theory, which is a little different to the one that I've landed on, but also I could totally see that being the case too. I mean, any theory has a chance of being right? Dear, excited to see the focus. Thank you. It's gonna just be a lot of flowers for a while, but that's fine. I don't really need to bother making the dress yet because, you know, thanks, George. I might need to, I'll just remove it for now. I'll remove it for now and I'll sort it out later. Nightbot's just lying to your face. Also, excuse me. It's still early, I'm still coffee. Just delete that. Just delete that for now. Not a problem. Doesn't exist anymore. If it doesn't exist, it's fine. It can't hurt us. All good, all good. Ooh, it's all right. I can kaboosh. There we go. Now Nightbot doesn't exist anymore. Get rid of Nightbot. Dear Bio, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. We're going to be talking theories a bit this morning. After yesterday's stream, like I said, I've done a bit more research. The thing that has come to my attention, though, through this research, is that obviously Silent Hill is always kind of dark. It deals with trauma. It deals with like people doing bad things. So like it's always kind of dark, right? But I have a sneaking suspicion this might be a very, very dark Silent Hill. If I had to guess, based on some clues and context and stuff like that, might be very, very dark. So we shall see. We shall see. I only theory. It's only theory. It's just there are some things as well, like within it, where it's like maybe doesn't necessarily link up, but this is also worth noting. So we'll go through the trailer again in a minute, and I'll pause it and we'll talk a little bit about the stuff that I've been looking into. Also, Sleeves, good morning. I hope you're doing well. The other thing to mention though is I already know what you're talking about. Yeah, listen. I'm not the person who came up with this theory. Other people have been talking about it. Also, new setup, what do we think? I think it's just a bit more obvious. I needed somewhere, oh, you guys are a bit big actually. Let me just move Twitch chat. I needed somewhere to put the costume because otherwise people are not gonna know what I'm making. Where are you guys? Oh, there you are. What I'll do is just so that you're staying within the bubbles. There we go. That should be all right. There you are. Whoever's at the bottom will be dancing with skeletons. Oh dear. Right, I will have to get it back up because I didn't plan ahead enough. Let me get rid of Rhythm Heaven just for a second because I would rather have the soundtrack in the background. Oh, goodbye. My migraine stuff. Good idea, because I didn't need that anyway. So if I just quickly get this up again. Again, I will say other theories also very welcome. This is just, I guess, one of the more predominant theories. It doesn't mean that it's right. So don't worry about that too much. Which is this? This is that one, and that's what I would like. Yes. Okay. Can you see it? Oh, it's gonna be on the screen. I just. Please ignore the fact that the cosplay is just on the screen, watching the thing with us. Your vote. This is a particular solo. Oh, is it starting at 30 minutes? Due to end. Really? Oh, yeah. But the issue is it's really cloudy here in Wales. I'm not gonna see the sun. I can't see the sky. It's just clouds. I was like, whoa! I could get my window open. Wait, it's tipping with rain. God damn it. All right. So let's talk a little bit about some of the things that appear in this trailer. Oh God, who was that? Who's that splashing in? Cowscaff, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Just don't damage your eyes. Yeah, everyone be careful of your eyes if you're staring at the sun. Careful of the eyes. I'll make it a bit louder. I don't have, I think, any specific theories for this other than it's just setting the scene. Other than somebody did point out, oh God, no, gone too far and maximized. Someone did point out, can you see it or is it behind me? No, it's there. The Scarecrow is wearing the same uniform as the girl. I didn't notice that. Again, somebody else pointed that out, but it is true. I don't know what that means, but the Scarecrow is wearing the same uniform as the girl. So there's that. This says toy shop. This is a toy shop. So there is going to be a few things similar, but it's kind of like a theme of children. Like there is a bit of a running theme of children, of showing toys, of having a toy shop. I can't remember exactly what the doll was. I think, again, it is just, relating to children. It's a toy. It looks like it smells moist, probably. I mean, it's Silent Hill, though, isn't it? It's misty. Speaking of... there were some theories about this statue. So the statue here that's been blown up, I'll see it again in a second. It's like, it's lost its head. But it is kind of... we can't guarantee that it's a grave, but it does kind of feel like that would make sense that it's a grave. Again, can't say for sure. It looks like a grave. The thing that's kind of starts the main theory that we have at the moment is the flowers growing out of the grave. And again, there's body parts in it. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. But I don't know how to ease into this theory. We'll talk about it now, I suppose. So obviously it's set in Japan, and it's almost like it has to be set in Japan, because otherwise why would you bother moving countries when Silent Hill is like a set place in the world? Like, you have Silent Hill, it's not in Japan, and then they've reiterated, well, Silent Hill can actually be anywhere. It's more like not a state of mind, but it's like, it's something that can appear for anybody. But this time specifically, it's in Japan. Looking at the time, it is about 15 years after the bomb drops on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. So, and the age of the girl looks to be about 15, 16 years old. So there's a few things tying in there where it's like, it sounds like a reach initially, but once we see how the flowers are growing and stuff like that, it's almost as if the flowers are a representation of radiation poisoning, in that when you see the welts on the skin and the spots that are coming off the welts, it's very, very, very reminiscent of radiation poisoning. Also, another big factor of radiation poisoning is that necrosis. It rots you from the inside. There we go. These are the spots that I'm talking about that appear around the site of contact. Again, really, really typical of radiation poisoning. There you'll have the contact point and then all the spots. That it's burning the skin also makes a lot of sense. So you kind of see where we're going with this theory. Is that if we're looking at the trauma that takes place in Resident Evil F, there is a theory that the trauma could be linked to the bombings. And also, I had another look into this. Torii Gate, kind of like a visual representation of a gate to the afterlife. So between the living world and the afterlife. Sorry. Same with the water, another visual representation of between life and the afterlife. So I think it's fair to consider that this person might be dying, or by the end of it that they are dead. Again, seeing the spots on the arms, the fact that as well, like, the plants grow out of the spots. Well, obviously plants don't grow out of spots if you do get radiation poisoning. Having the holes opening up, as well as large pieces of flesh fall off you, that is very common of like high radiation poisoning, when you very bad. These are the flowers of death. And then the lumps growing all over her. Again, it could be a stretch, but it does feel like there's growths all over her. Also, twins, we have two on frame right now. They feel like, yeah, lumps and growths, and especially when you zoom into the face and you see that there are like full body parts on her, like large growths on the side of her head, the intestine kind of looking thing on the left side of her head, like there is large growths on her, which, again, similar of radiation. And then here would be necrosis, having large parts of your body just fall off because you've rotted from the inside out. Ugh. It's all a theory, but when you mix that theory with all of the indications of children throughout it, with the toy shop, the fact that her herself is not that old, it feels like at the moment the theories we're looking at is that it could be to do with some sort of trauma, whether it be generational, whether she was only just born when it happened, something like that. Some kind of trauma around the bombings that would have happened 15 years prior. And then children, which a mixture which could end up being very, very dark, but does feel like it would fit into the Silent Hill franchise in a slightly different way. I don't know, I think it still fits quite well if that is the case. It's not the only theory out there. Atomic made me aware yesterday of a theory more to do, kind of more similar to the clickers in The Last of Us, where there is a parasitic mold that takes over the body from the inside out kind of thing. And like that is in nature, that does exist. So it wouldn't be such a stretch that it could happen at a more intense. It could be a mixture of all three. Like there's children, a lot of children involved. There is a mutated plant after the bombings that is now causing that to happen. I do think probably though this is more symbolic, but just because it is Resident Evil and Silent Hill, and Silent Hill tends to be more symbolic, but it could still be that will be one of the main enemies, are people that have been hollowed from the inside out. And while in the game it could be shown through the plants, it could also be that it's shown through the plants, but this actually also happened, and maybe the main character has had to witness it, or potentially even go through it. There's a chance the main character is not alive. The whole I'm already dead argument. If the woman we see in the trailer is the main character, to an extent, I wouldn't be surprised, because the age would line up to when over 100,000 people died. She could have been one of them. And maybe the visual representation of her is actually someone else's trauma because she never managed to get to that age. There's a lot of very dark theories about this one, but also they're not just mindlessly dark. It makes sense. Like, why does it have to be set in Japan? You know, not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's a big step from the rest of the series, so why Japan, right? What's happened in Japan that could cause trauma that wouldn't happen elsewhere necessarily? I mean, there is always a chance they decided just to tell the story in a Japanese environment. There is always that chance, but it doesn't feel quite right with Silent Hill. Everything feels very purposeful. So why Japan? What's happened that might cause trauma? And the closest thing I could think is that. Again, it's not my theory. A lot of other people have had the same theory as well. It's just a lot of things lining up. A lot of the symptoms line up well. I think as well the fact that there are, let me just go back, that when you look at the shrine earlier, I think it's here, it's broken. But so with the bombings, everything, people said like within 5 years it was like everything was back to normal, like they'd rebuilt the city, but there was still pieces of broken stuff, like there was still broken, like they'd find and uncover things still years later, and then of course there were still larger broken buildings and broken shrines, things like that. So the fact that it looks like a pretty calm environment, I don't think necessarily discredits the theory, because it's 15 years afterwards. So by that point, yeah, everything would be normal, but there would still be hints that there was devastation, like, a statue with the head blown off. Stuff like that. I don't know. It's a theory. A dark theory. Oh dear. A chance I'd kind of hope. So if she's in that state. Also, Grobit, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're just going over some of the main theories about what the Silent Hill F game is going to center around. At the moment, one of the big ones is that it's going to center around trauma induced by the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings, because they happen about 15 years prior, and the girl looks about 15, so like it could be a coincidence, but it's like, there's lots of imagery that centers around children specifically. There's a person who would be the right age to have been born probably right around that time. It might not necessarily be her trauma, but it could be generational trauma. Who knows? Jenny Felitas, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. And then, of course, again, the plants, I don't necessarily think that they're real plants. I think that they are very much just a visual representation of the effects of radiation. But, big buts, there are a couple things missing if that's the case. But there's, again, in all theories, there could be reasons they left those things out, like a really, really, really big indicator, and widely known indicator of radiation poisoning is throwing up. And there is no kind of throwing up or vomit symbolism in this, as far as I can see. Like, haven't seen anything like that. Doesn't mean that it's still not a visual indicator of radiation. And again, maybe they're not adding that in because it's not as subtle as some of the others. Like necrosis and the spots and stuff like that. Well, they are widely recognized as radiation poisoning. You'd also have to look into it to know that. Unless you're someone who works in a medical field, it's not necessarily something you're going to come across very often. History or medical, maybe. And yeah, and again, the growths coming off the head, a lot of them are flowers, but could it be a visual representation of the growths that would form after, being shown radiation? Who knows? It's interesting. I like it as a theory. I'm very interested. It's going to be a couple years probably until the game comes out, but I'm very curious about whether or not it could be that. Big butt, always big butt. Finish the blue. Oh, did you? Nicely done, Felitas. Good job. Heck yeah. All right. I think we've gone over everything. Everything that I wanted to go over, I think, with this theory. Was there anything else missing? If anybody wants to add anything as well, you're welcome to. I don't think there was some. Oh, that was the one thing. So in a lot of writing after the bombs, they would say how quickly plant life grew back, and that there was concern that there wasn't going to be trees growing anymore, or that the soil would become unfertile and stuff like that. But that was never actually the case. And as soon as people weren't living there, like directly at the impact site, it was overtaken with weeds. And I had a little look at some of the weeds they talked about. The only one that looks like it could be growing on her is, I think it was called feverfew. Because I think the other one was panic grass, which it doesn't look like is growing on her. But they mentioned a few basically that was growing, and the only one I could think of that was like actually does look like one of the flowers on her is feverfew. It's a bit of a stretch, that one, but they could just be more pretty interpretations of tumours. It could just be that. It could be because it grows out from the inside and bulbs out. But it could also be a representation, I suppose, of the city becoming overgrown. But who knows? Who knows? Not me. I think when I was reading into it, they were talking about the fact that there was a fair chance that any of the plants that survived the bombings would have had some mutation, but it wasn't the priority of the people at the time to do that kind of research, when, of course, they had so many people sick. And so, while there is a fair chance it's mutated the plants, there isn't a huge amount of studies into it, or there wasn't when it happened, which is when you would have needed to do it. There wasn't a huge amount of studies into it because it wasn't the priority, which is very fair. So, yeah, it's that one. It's a bit of a stretch. I could see it being the symbolism, but also, like, there's nothing that I've read, at least in the last 24 hours, you know, maybe I'll find something later, that would be like, yes, they've specifically chosen plants because of this. I think it's more just like, it works, you can spread it, the touch of it will cause the infection, yada yada. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just that. That's like the ongoing research at Chernobyl. Like, Chernobyl makes me so sad, to be honest. That one really gets me. I really wanted to watch, because there was like the television series. I watched the first episode and I had to stop. I'd rather just research it slowly at my own pace rather than watching it all in one go, because I was like, I can't. I mean, I already knew. I think most people already know what happened at Chernobyl without even that. But yeah, it gets me. I think it's just very frustrating, that one. Ugh. But yeah, I mean, at least the thing with Chernobyl, there is still, of course, a lot of radiation around. Very different in that, you know, most of the radiation was gone within a couple, like, was it a couple years, I think, of Hiroshima? Like, the impact is huge and it killed hundreds of thousands of people. But the long-term impact is not the same as Chernobyl. Yeah. I watched a few documentaries about it. Strong heckin'... Oh, what's the blue gunk? That's my cosplay. It's just over the top. Ignore that, Jan. Don't worry about it. We'll come back to it in a second. But yeah, that's... Yeah, it's a little different in that there's still radiation. But then again, you wouldn't... No one at the time would have prioritized finding out if the plants mutated. And you kind of just have to come back to it afterwards, because of course the priority is going to be people suffering with radiation sickness, finding out how wide the area of effect is, kind of stuff like that, getting people out. They had to cover the Chernobyl site with a concrete curtain cover to contain the radiation, took years, yeah. Whereas in this case, it was gone very, very quickly. So you would have really had to do a lot of the research quick. They still have done some. I think they said they specifically did some on ferns and stuff like that, but they just don't have some of the data, because when there was actually radioactivity there, there was not the priority to look at the plants. And it was only a very small window when they had it. Whereas, yeah, it's obviously both incredibly devastating, but the devastation's a little different. But again, it's interesting, because if they wanted to tell a story specifically about radiation, they could have picked somewhere closer to Chernobyl kind of thing. But no, they've gone for the bombings with different, still awful, but different. And I wonder, a theory is they've gone for the bombings. I don't know that they have. It's just a theory, a very dark theory, but it'd be interesting if that's what they had done. And I'm sure it traumatized hundreds of thousands of people. Again, like, I wouldn't be surprised if millions of people were traumatized after those things. So since Silent Hill is a game so based around trauma, it wouldn't surprise anyone could have been traumatized by it. You wouldn't have to be at the epicenter. It could have been anyone. I thought they were going for a Shiroko. Oh dear, the bombings have really struck with Japanese culture for a long time, especially their storytelling. Yeah. And so when you think of, like, well, why does this Silent Hill take place in Japan? Because it was a Japanese specific trauma, maybe. Maybe. A theory. It's why I'm not so keen on, like, the fungus theory in general. It's not because I don't think that could be the case, and we've seen fungus done well with things like clickers. It can be very scary. It just doesn't feel like it would be specifically Japanese. Unless, again, there is a fungus that they have grown in Silent Hill lore that is only in Japan, and has not spread anywhere else. It doesn't really feel like would be a reason then that it couldn't take place in America or elsewhere, like in Silent Hill specifically, you know? Whereas this is like, it has to be. It can't be anywhere else in the world. And it's a Japanese game. Yeah, but Silent Hills are not pre-done. Silent Hill is a place in the Silent Hill franchise. And like, you know, it's not, how to put it, it already exists in the world. Like that it's there. And so moving it would feel like you'd only move it really unless if you had to, right? Like if it had to go elsewhere. Again, it's just a theory. Maybe they did just want to hold it in Japan. Maybe they just wanted to go to another country. It could be really surface level, like we wanted to focus more on Japanese like landscapes and things like that, and so we decided to move it to Japan. But I don't think that that's the case. I personally don't think, just because it's Silent Hill, like why would you wouldn't just move country for the hell of it, I don't think. Not without good reason. But again, maybe I'm giving too much credit, but I think they'd probably have a fair reason. Ah, dear. In America, they'd eat the shrooms. Just be like them growing out of body parts into other people's mouths. That would be pretty horrific. Just a theory, a game theory. It technically is a game theory. I'm looking forward to more. Well, yeah, that's the thing, is like the cult. They've just moved countries now. Okay, but also maybe after an incident like this, they would. Like it feels like there'd have to be a reason. And there might be other reasons as well. I mean, a lot of horrible things have happened in Japan or to Japanese people, so it's like there could be other reasons. It's just this fits well within the sort of time frame we're looking at. The cult teleported the entire town of Silent Hill to Japan. Yeah, exactly. But why? But why though? So there must be a reason. Oh, right. I will get rid of that. We've done our theory stuff for the day, I think. Boink. And then get the music back so it's not so quiet anymore. There you go. Oh, it's still quiet. There we are. Oh, but yeah, there you go. That's my theory. It's not much as my theory. It's a lot of people's theory, honestly. It's one of the more popular theories, which it does make a lot of sense. There are things where I'm like, maybe they'll show it in further trailers. If the flowers are meant to be like a visual representation of radioactive, or not radioactive, had a complete blank. Oh my god, I can't remember words. Oh god. What's the disease called when you get touched by radioactive material, or you get too close to radioactive material? I literally said it like 2 minutes ago and it's gone from my mind. Exy, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. The disease when you get too close to radioactive stuff. Necrosis. No, necrosis is like something that happens to you while you are have got too close to radioactive material. No, it's literally like, it says radio something in it. I think it's just, no, radiation sickness. Radiation sickness. That's literally all I wanted. I could not remember radiation sickness. Or radiation poisoning would be the same, yeah. I know it's got radio in it. Yeah, radiation sickness. There are symptoms that are missing. But also, stupidity could be. That's me. Acute radiation syndrome. Yeah, acute radiation syndrome. That would be the symptom that it's giving people, is acute radiation syndrome, really. Because it is causing the burning at the point of impact, followed by the radiation spots, then necrosis. But there are other symptoms, like for instance, pretty highly documented, because they didn't know what it was. Radiation was not super researched in the 1940s. So nobody really knew what was happening to people. But there's a lot of writing about people who will not stop bleeding from a small point. They'll just bleed and bleed and bleed. And regardless of the amount of pressure that you put on the wound, there was a story done by the BBC where they were talking to people who had been there, and somebody got like literally had some of their blood taken for testing, and the point of the blood test would not stop bleeding, and to the point where the person died a couple hours later. And like the endless bleeding, and because basically it destroys all your white blood cells, there's nothing to stop it when you have acute radiation poisoning. So that's a pretty well documented effect that people were really afraid of. But there's nothing really to show that. In fact, she has holes opening up on her, but none of them bleed. But then she does have like the necrosis symptoms of parts of you just falling off. Like that does happen. So it's very like, there is symptoms that you can see, but then there's other ones like the vomiting as well that's just missing. There's no vomiting. And that's a really common one. Even for lower level radiation, the vomiting is common. So that one again being missing, it's like, are they just trying not to be too on the nose? I don't know, because I feel like to really sustain this theory, you'd need a couple of those more intense symptoms. Ah dear. Sometimes radiation sickness. Yeah. You show your doctor your arrows. Always. Every time I go to the doctor, I'm just there for like a blood test, but I show them my arrows. Are you winning, Gamer Rambo? Welcome on in. I think I'm winning. I feel like I'm winning. Is it the red flowers going for the holes represent bleeding? Actually, that's a very fair point. Maybe they do. I mean, the flowers already represent death. They grow primarily on graves, so they for a long time have represented death. But since they are growing from the holes, it could represent the impending death, I suppose, of like holes opening on you as well. If you have holes open on you, you're probably gonna die. Oh dear. I mean, a lot of the flowers are like a blood red, so I could see that for sure. Oh dear. Speaking of blood red flowers, I've made one petal. We're gonna be making a few more in a minute. But this is what it looks like. And honestly, it's a bit messy, but I kind of love it. Like, look at that. Look at that petal with the nice wire in it. I did just one. You meant to do like strips of them so that you can fold them all together, but I figured it was the first one. I would just do one. But this next one I'll do, I think it's meant to be 6 petals, so I'll do the 6 petals. Or I could do 3 at a time. Don't know, one or the other. Oh dear. To you too. Right, oh, sorry, I've spilled it all over my desk. Every time. How often do I go a stream without spilling my drink? I feel like not very often. There we go. Oh well, at least it was early and it wasn't on my work. Alright. Yeah, this is the new kind of setup where we have... Oh, I think it's fine. Where we have the costume very blatantly on screen. And I think it will work because I'll be doing stuff here anyway. So it's fine. I think it'll be alright. I think this will work. Right, I have a wire here. I'm going to attach some paper to the wire. Depends if I want to do 6 at a time or 3 at a time. These have double-sided sticky tape on the back, so I can like peel that off. Oh, maybe. And then na 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 na. That's a Mary. Oh, can I peel this off? It's a bit difficult actually. There we go, that's that one. And then be careful because for some reason my double-sided sticky tape is so sticky. And just get it over the top there. And if I can get it going across one, there we go. And then, whoop. Turn it over, and then fold it over. There we go. And they have one. And I have to do this with all of them. But once they're on there, it's quite easy. Were you questioning the drink about? Never. I would never question or have the gulp. No, gulp is fine. Heck yeah. We love a good gulp. Oh dear, what costume are you making? Oh, God damn it, Jan. There's always one. There's always one. Actually, no, there's normally a lot more than one. There's normally like 10. And I've also been that person. So I don't really have any right to complain. dear. There we go. And then... Whoop. Get it right next to the first one. And then once again, fold it over. There you go. That was a bit neater than the first one, but that's okay. You can't really tell once they're on there. Or whole enforcement officer is in chat. Oh no. Get that whole enforcement officer out there. They need to be on the streets enforcing holes. There we are. Yeah, to be fair, we have got a lot of holes in this costume, so we will need good enforcement. Good enforcement of holes. And then, oh god, it's so sticky. Right, I'm gonna bring it up here just really quickly. You can't see it, but I can. You'll just have to trust that I'm doing an average job at this bit. It's because they're so small. They do get bigger, but like not wider, so it doesn't actually get that much easier. Oh, I think I'll probably do the 6 at a time, because I think if I try to do all of them, I'm gonna flip. Bottom left corner, character from Silent Hill after I left. It's alright. I think Jan was joking because they were here earlier when we were talking about it. Oh dear. There we are. I'm just trying to make, like, as the streams go on, the character just becomes a bigger part of the stream, so that people know. Again, I'm not ripping into anyone specifically. Like, it's very funny, but it's difficult to like balance where you can see what I'm making versus you can see how I'm making it. Maybe I'll never quite get it. Be the endless path of streaming, you know? Go. Got 4 on there. Need 2 more. I can add a new cosplay command if you're happy to. If you are making the command, would you mind popping the link to the trailer in there? Just because it's a very new thing, and since the game isn't playable, a lot of people might not know what Silent Hill F is yet. Yeah, it's my thought. And then fold over. Good. And we need 1 more. But I think I can cut some of this off now. About there. Okay. Otherwise that wire was getting annoyingly long. There you go. Content warning for the link. I could. I don't think in this case. I mean this in the nicest way possible. If the trailer itself doesn't content warning it, it's a Silent Hill game. It's a horror game. I mean, you could always put that it's a horror game, but it is a horror game. I'll be honest, the only content warnings that I tend to use are flashing light ones. Bugger. It's alright. As long as they don't add it back on, it'll be fine. Are the flashing light ones, which again, games should add. But yeah, if there's not one, I'll add that one. Because if we're playing a horror game and then you complain that it's horrifying, why are you watching a horror game? Oh dear. There we go. Got that on there. Wow. And into there. Right. Now we get our thread. Here it gets intense. The other thing is that we are an 18+ channel. I mean, if you're not 18+ and you're here, I'm not your mum, but like, if you are getting the link through my channel, you have basically already agreed that you are of a certain age. And maybe it sounds a little bit harsh, but I am... How to put it? I am very much of the opinion content warnings are important, but also I don't want to be talking about content warnings for a horror game and being like, yeah, it's horrific. You know? Some of them feel like... How to put it? A bit of a piss take on people that actually need content warnings. I don't know how to put it nicely. It's like when you see people saying things like it's a Resident Evil game, content warning, gore. I don't know. That's maybe not the most PC take, but like I feel sometimes it's a little bit obvious. Oh dear. I mean, if you want to add it, you're more than welcome to. Oh dear. Trypophobia warning. Yeah, okay, that one's fair. That one I could see. Wow, there we are. Thank you. We're making the character from Silent Hill trailer. You can check out Trypophobia warning. Yeah, I think that one's fair. Because it doesn't warn you of that, but yeah, I think everything else is warned in the actual trailer. Wow. There we go. Right, so now what we're doing is we're just very quickly, comparatively to the sewing ones, very quickly wrapping around each piece of paper with thread, and while it does take a really long time, it is still quicker. Still quicker than the other petals we were making. Unfortunately, we will start to do the other petals as well. I say unfortunately, I actually like it, but we will have to make the other petals as well, otherwise we won't have the variety of flowers we need. There we are. And wow. You can see it's slow, but comparatively to actually embroidering it, it's quick. You're not my mum, you're just gonna casually tell me this? I'm so sorry, Grobert. I'm not actually your mother. I've never been your mother, not even once. I'm so sorry. I don't honestly really know what else to say. That's it. I'm not your mum. Oh dear, Jelly, welcome on in, fellow Jello. Oh dear, we're making a character for the new Silent Hill trailer. I can tell. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I think as well. Yeah, putting in that it's from the trailer, I think is a really good touch because, yeah, obviously there isn't actually a new Silent Hill game out yet, and I don't want people to feel like they've missed out on a new Silent Hill game that doesn't exist. Because that would definitely get me hyped up. And wait, actually, it doesn't exist yet. It is but a consideration. Oh dear. Felting Fornades? Oh, lovely. Heck yeah. Oh, that's gonna be heckin' cute. And slightly warm for the autumn. Very nice. Alright. And then we start going up the other side. I am gonna need a lot of thread to do this. A lot of thread. That works perfectly. Thank you, Vile. Oh dear. I just about to see that's a Lightbot. Was wondering why I did work at first. Oh yes, because Streamlabs is not modded on this channel. They're here, but they're honestly more a pest than anything else. Like, they do exist in this channel, but more as like, I don't know, I feel like I'm being stalked by them, honestly. They follow me. Ah, okay. There we go. They do be twisting my thread. I wonder if I can untwist it. Probably only if I stop and keep going. I could do that. But I'll wait till I get through this one. I think that's what I wanted to say about, sorry, I want to reiterate because I don't think content warnings are a bad thing. What I really dislike is when people just put content warning. That's what I dislike. Just to be very clear, I really don't like it when people have it where they're just like, content warning. What's wrong? Like, what's the content? Like, generalized content warnings. That's what really bothers me. It feels like an absolute piss take when people are like playing a game and then they're like, oh, content warning, by the way. And it's like, but for what? Because I can't do flashing lights. If it's a content warning for flashing lights, I need to know that straight away. If it's a content warning for somebody hurting themselves, other people are gonna need to know that straight away. Like, specifics, I guess, is what bothers me. And most of the time with video games, I'll actually have it anyway. Like, for most things, probably not for phobias as much, but for like self-harm, for flashing lights and stuff like that, that's fine. What bothers me is, yeah, just generalized content warnings. It feels like a piss take, and I honestly hate it. I hate when I see people's streams that just say content warning. It's like, okay, can I watch this stream? Is it going to be safe for me? I need to know. And yeah, that's why I didn't want to come off as like, how to put it, that I just think content warnings are stupid. I don't. I think specifically content warning is stupid. Oh dear. I see people do it all the time to like, oh, but guys, I put up a content warning. It's like, yeah, but there's flashing lights all over your screen, and anyone who's epileptic would not, or photosensitive epileptic specifically, or like me who has migraines triggered by flashing lights, will not know that unless you literally put it there. I need specifics. And again, most of the time with trailers and stuff like that, they do it, which is good, but it's more, yeah, streamers. There we go. Stick that on there, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, to get some of this unraveled. Content matters is what you're saying. Yeah, basically. I didn't want to come across as saying, like, I don't like content warnings, like, because that's awful. Like, no, I do like content warnings. I don't like content warning. Mucho Twisty, Andrew, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. And Zero, welcome on in. I hope you're both doing well. Look out, there's stuff. Yeah, and it feels like people do it and it's an absolute piss take. Like, when you see someone who's just put context warning, the only thing I can think of is that you have every single triggering thing in your video at once. And it's like, okay, well then I can't watch it then. If you've got flashing lights, I'm afraid that's me out, right? Oh my god. Yeah, just to clarify what I kind of meant there. Not that I think the like specifics are good. I think that's fine. I do still kind of stand by that having gore, like if you had gore content warnings in your title when you're playing a horror game, it's like, well, kind of figures, you know. But yeah, I think it's the generalized ones that really bother me. And again, like gore, I don't particularly like as a content warning. Oh, heck, Scott! Thank you so much for the heck and 7 months. That's very kind of you. Also, welcome back in. I think somebody might... Oh, no, it was you that took the egg. Okay, I was like, I think someone just stole your egg. That's fine. It was you. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Yeah, gore is not my favorite as well because people take the piss with gore content warnings. Some of the time is people will be like playing a standard horror game and they'll be like, oh, content warning gore. It's like, okay, well, that makes sense because it's a horror game. Fair enough. But then actually that's not what the content warning is at all. It's like, yes, there's gore, but it's more specifically self-harm or something like that. And so I really dislike the gore one. I think I mainly just dislike it because of how it's used, but the gore one, it's like, it's either like a no-brainer, like obviously there's gore, but you've made me wonder that there's something else because people also use the gore one for like actually quite intense things. Ah, dear. I can say it's content. Oh no, that triggers like content phobia, content warning. You might get booba, you might get flashing lights, you might get violence. Yeah, it's like I need to know. I might get none of them. We just don't know. We're just warning you. Pokemon video at 2 p.m. Oh, thank you. There's actually something else I'm going to be watching later. So a few of you guys will know I entered a cosplay contest. I don't know if I got in or not, but I'm gonna watch to find out. So Emiru on Twitch holds a cosplay contest every now and again. But I really, really want to get in. Not necessarily because I want to win, but because one of the judges is Jessica Negri, and like the idea of Jessica Negri looking at my costumes, oh, that would be so cool. I want that so badly. I mean, it'd be really cool to see just generally all of them looking at my costumes, but I've been a fan of Jessica Negri for so long, and I really want Jessica Negri to look at my costumes. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. So I'm really hoping I get in. If not, that's fair. I saw the other entries and a lot of them are really bloody good. So like totally understand if I don't, because yeah, like there are some heckin' talented cosplayers entering. But I really hope that I do. I don't care about winning so much. Just Jessica Negri, look at my costumes. Notice me. I love her too. Ah, dear. Maybe it's not saying content, but it's saying content warning like this video will make you contented. Ah, that would be kind of nice. It'd still be a very useless warning, but you know what? I wouldn't be against it. Oh dear. Oh, is it in Europe? It's a online competition, so it's worldwide, which is why there are so many talented cosplayers in it, because obviously there are talented cosplayers all over the world. You're gonna do the excess cool footage? No. Probably, unfortunately, it's a photo contest, so like you don't submit videos. If I could have, listen, I'm not saying I wouldn't have done that. I just really want her to look at my costume. Just notice me. This is the kind of cosplayer I am, honestly, though. It's like, could win money. However, if cosplay senpais notice me, that I'm a winner. That's how I felt at TwitchCon, because there were a few of the cosplayers who were judges there, like Mcroft, like Kamoi Cosplay, who I'm like, oh, about, and seeing them look at my cosplay and hearing them get feedback of my cosplay, I'm like, this is heaven, honestly. Oh my god, this is amazing. The highlight of my cosplay career is having you guys look at my cosplay and give me feedback on it. I am in awe. Thank you. I don't really fangirl over celebrities, but I fangirl a lot over cosplayers. And oh my god. I just really want to get in. I want to get in so bad. Depends if you get a skateboard rubber tip. Well, yeah, unfortunately not for the one this evening. The one this evening I'm nowhere near ready for. But listen, I would enter into another cosplay competition next year if it meant that Jessica Negri would look at my skateboarding Silent Hill creature. Oh. I'm gonna have to cut the thread again in a minute, but that's okay. I'm ready for it. I knew it was going to happen. I'm just gonna go the whole way up so it's properly attached and then come back down again. There you go. Nice. Okay. Yeah, it just wasn't feeling very well attached. Feels better now. I mean, if someone like Adam Savage wants to see my blood, oh my god, I would love to be judged by Adam Savage as well. Oh, that would also be a dream. Adam Savage has been a presenter for TwitchCon's cosplay before. I don't think they've been a judge, but they've presented the costume. So if you wanted them just to see it, they've done it in America. They've been a judge at TwitchCon cosplay. Adam Savage, get on Twitch, look at my costumes, judge me. I want to be judged. Oh. Dear me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it again in a minute because it's being a pain. That's okay. To be expected, honestly. I also am gonna go over this again because I can see some holes in the back and they are gonna annoy me. You're not meant to go back, but also. There you go, it's better. That's better. Nice and thick. Okay. That's way too long, but that's okay. I can just stick it across there. Ah! Nice. We're getting there, we're getting there. Yeah, just the thread gets really, really twisted. It's kind of a pain to work with. Oh dear. Walking around London. Are you? Oh my god, I guess that's kind of what it's like in London though. A lot of people live there. Any one of them could be PM. I guess we are letting anyone be PM. I'd be still excited about that. I really need to get this Doomslayer costume. Yes, yes, do it. Do it, please. Okay. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh dear. Okay. And this is actually still quite quick, honestly. I was complaining that it's a slow process, but it's actually not that bad. I'm really just complaining. It's like, I'm British and that's what we do. Because honestly, this is not that slow. Go. And it's very easy, honestly. I think probably anyone watching could do this. As long as you have some wire and paper and sticky, double-sided sticky tape. You need those 3. And a lot of thread. Actually, you do need a lot of thread. But then I think as long as you had those things, this is really easy. Okay, go back. Make sure those holes are filled in. Okay. Better. Ugh. Said a family never died. Oh, okay. I'm on the fence about which armor to go with, since there's a difference between Eternal... Is there one you prefer? Because I'd say if you have a preference, go for that one. General cosplay wall. If you have a preference, do that one. Okay. I'd say as well, if you did that, even if you didn't win one of the categories, I feel like you'd actually have a very good chance of fan favorite with that one, because people love Doom. Like, and Doom costumes in general, people love them. Like, for good reason, of course, they're very cool. But I feel like you actually are doing a very smart costume in that it's a popular character, but still very detailed, so you can still show a lot of interesting craft stuff, but people will just generally like it because of the character too, which always is a good thing. Meanwhile, here I am making a cosplay of a character that doesn't even exist in a game yet, who may not actually exist in anything other than the trailer. Good stuff. But I like it, so it's okay. There we go. And... whoop. Wow. Some more thread out of there. Sandman, welcome on in! And yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. You gifted me a sub and I was like, oh, that's sweet, thank you. I hope you're doing well. I finished my Last of Us 2 replay, decided on what, trying to decide what next. I probably want to play the new God of War as soon as it releases. I'm trying to, only feel like a little bit of time, is it? Do you play video games with friends, or are you a more solo kind of player? Okay, get that up there. Probably more simple and easier for the body type. External, he is enormous in the chest of arms, and the armor is just bulkier overall. Tricky. Is there one you think you'd be more comfortable in? Because it's your first, like, proper full body cosplay, isn't it? Right? I could be wrong there. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If you have like a deep history of cosplay and I'm completely speaking over that, let me know. I thought it was your first in-depth made costume. Because being comfortable is important. As much as I might not highlight it that often, it is important. Like, whether it be just comfortable showing as much as you are, or also just like comfortable in general, like can you sit down in the costume sort of thing? Like, both is important. There we go. And go down to here. And oh. There we go. Testing my sound notes as subs and I realised I didn't make one for gift. Oh, bless you. Well, thank you for thinking of me. More solos these days. I got plenty in the backlog. Just depends what I feel like. Maybe Returnal could go back. Ooh, to Demon Souls. That's a good one. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. And that going. It'd be really good if I had some red paper. I don't have any colourful paper at the moment. It just means that way if the red showed through at any point, like if the thread moved, it wouldn't have white underneath. I am thinking I'll probably go back and paint this though, like do some brushing on the edges. I was wondering whether I could do it with thread, but I think with this technique it would just be better to paint it. And that's fine, I can paint on thread. No problem. How are we looking on the back? We're looking good. Looking good. Whoa. Switch over to there. There we go. Okay. Got that. That looks pretty good. Okay. Hold that there. And start bending it. Oh, I've actually already done a lot of the bending, huh? This is already pretty bent. Cool. And like so. And like so. And then unfold this and get this really, really close to there. And then we'll go over both of them. I could actually probably twist the wires together a bit, huh? To make this a bit easier for me. Okay. And start wrapping these. There we go. And this gives us 3 of the smaller petals. There we are. Okay, I think that'll be fine for now. What I'll do is cut some off so I can start tying it up. This bit's a bit difficult. I'm just going to use my knees. 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Ugh. This is where you need a third hand. And then get that through there. Cool. And now I just need to alter them so they look nice. Okay. And then I'm not really too worried about any spots showing at the moment because, again, I'll be probably painting this later. Yeah. There's a few petals. They look pretty hacking good, right? I was really impressed when I watched the video further then. I was like, wow, actually, very hacking cool. I do think the edges need to be pinched a bit more, but that's okay. Also, Zay, thank you for the horn. It's beginning to warm up. Oh no. First, I'm starting at 100 miles an hour. No one's crazy enough to try what I want to try. Yeah. You're also in a good position though because you already own so much equipment that is like really useful for cosplay. So you don't have to buy so much off the bat as somebody else might have to who's a bit newer to hobby work in general, right? Helps keep the price down a bit if you have another hobby that you can, you know, incorporate your cosplay with. Does it need to be tied again? You're not tight enough still. After all that, God damn it. Sorry, excuse me, my thread is sad. It says it has not been tied in knots enough times. There you go. I don't want to hear any complaining now. Okay. Oh, cute. Oh dear. I got many hobbies to help. Heck yeah. Oh dear. Also, Asylum, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Okay. So this is one of the very, very center ones, which is why it's a bit smaller. But yeah, I figured we'd start small and then work our way to the big ones. It is very cute. Like, they're just tiny little flowers. Cute, cute. Oh, back to work. Oh, bless you. I hope work goes well. Oh, I love it. Okay, put that up there. Have some coffee. I got way too many hobbies. Heck yeah. Ah, delicious. We might have a lot of work to do, but I'm not necessarily speeding up. I work at the same pace we always have. Right. What I might do before next stream is get some wires set up so I can just work, like focus on doing all this, because I'll be honest, getting the things on the wires, a bit of a pain. Not easy. Maybe it'd be easy if you had a second pair of hands, but like, just doing it on your own, I don't know, it's a little bit difficult. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Uh-oh. Even this bit is a little difficult. Because they're so tiny. There we go. Well, that's a bit short. You know what? We'll live with it. It's a little short, but we'll survive. Okay. Oops. I did right up by the end. I wasn't thinking. I was like, wait a minute. Spirits. Oh, if you've forgotten, come back music, please. I believe. There we go. I completely forgot that I needed a bit of space to twist it at the end, but I think it'll be okay. We'll just have to try to remember for next time. Double checked. The 2016 Dune armor actually had plating that covered the biceps. In Eternal, they didn't cover them and it looks way easier to move in. In that case, my suggestion would be to go for that one. Obviously the look of the costumes are a really big draw for a lot of them, but being able to move, especially at a convention like where you want to walk around and talk to people a lot, is very important. At least in my mind it is. So I think the one with the increased mobility... Why is my paper falling apart? Is it because I'm using artist paper? Is that what this is? Oh my god. Oh, this one's like destroyed. Jesus Christ. So I don't know what's happening. I wonder if it's because I'm using artist paper. I can always just cut out another one really quickly and I can use proper paper. Or printer paper. If I have to. Oh, actually, I could also just do one less because I have made one petal already, so it might be fine. I don't know what's happening. Some of these are just not wanting to unpeel at all. The paper's never been wet or anything. There you go. That one off. And then... nice and close. And up there. Cool. And then fold it over. Nice. I guess technically I only have to do 2 petals in this one because I have my spare, which I could just add in since I needed, how many? 6, I think, for the first layer? Yeah. I could just use this one. My testing one. Oh, I think that's the one I'd go for. Heck yeah. Comfort is key. Blue cake. Excuse me, I got cake and bear in one word. Welcome on in, I hope you're doing well. I don't know if you've seen the new Silent Hill trailer. We are making the costume from the Silent Hill trailer. Game is not out, game won't be out for years. However, I want that costume. It's so pretty, it's really like subtly gory, and I am all about gore and pretty in one costume, so we are making it. At the moment, we're making flower petals. Oh, Benbei, did you hear Norway's putting barcodes on their ships? It's Twitch has like broken me. As soon as I see someone coming in with like a vague sentence, I'm like, it's a pun. It's gonna be a pun. You don't come in with vague sentences if you're not here to tell puns. Welcome on in though. I hope you're doing well, Ben. I need to go again. Oh, you're fine, Exy. Take care. I hope you have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. Thank you. Oh, we're starting her. We are. We're making some petals, Mick. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we are. We are making petals already. Excuse me. There we go. So I actually only need 4. Oh. Spare wire for later. Oops, sorry. Knocking my camera. Let me just clear all this up quickly. There you are. So we've already made the first 4, and we need 2 more, and then we'll have the 6th for the first layer. Look at that, you're so cute. They're made of thread. Freaking thread. Crazy. It's subtle until her face falls. You know what? You're not wrong. Doing well, thanks. Big sleepy and lazy to clean up my study. Ah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, right. Yeah, I need to clean pretty badly as well, honestly. I have so much costume stuff lying around, as well as all the embroidery stuff just lying around because we were doing that. So I need to clean my stuff up as well. Like 4 projects out at the moment, and I'm not doing any of them because I'm making a new costume. Oh dear. All that being said, we should have a really, really cool stream coming up this Friday that is absolutely going to make a tip of my sewing room. We're going, so I have a mystery box of fabric coming in the post. It was my birthday gift to myself. And we are going to be making a Pokemon costume based on only the fabrics in the mystery box. Unless, unfortunately, they're all like pretty unusable, in which case they'll predominantly be based on the mystery box fabric with maybe like a couple of plain whites or blacks or something. Just in case, just to cover my back in case we get absolutely like pain in the ass fabrics to work with, like if it's all lycra or something. Oh dear. So doing that this Friday, starting at 9 AM BST, it is still BST. And then, yeah, it should be really fun. It's like a fun birthday stream. It took me forever to work out what I wanted to do. But I think that sounds fun. It's actually the day after my birthday, but heck yeah, all lace or something like that, yeah. We just got a cargo shipment from from South Africa. All of our stuff's been unpacking all my study and craft room. Ooh, exciting. Do you enjoy like reorganizing your craft room and getting it all like together? Because I'll be honest, I really like that. I hate packing it away, but I love unpacking it and getting it like all in the order that's best for me and stuff. I actually really enjoy that. I'm gonna curl this bit over so I don't catch on it. There you go. Okay. Nice. Oh, yeah, if it's all lace or something. I might have to add something so that my outfit isn't see-through. But yeah, we'll predominantly use the fabrics that come in the box. And just hope that they're not all see-through. Go. What? And over to there. Oh, my arm's gonna get tired doing this. It's from wrapping around and around and around and around. There we go. Wow. Oh, and thank you for the oh god. Thank you for the lurk, Mick. I still have things back from when I moved in 2013. Oh dear. I like unpacking. Well, at the moment, most of our stuff is packed up, but that's just because most of the house isn't habitable still. So we have got a bedroom now, though, which is really nice. I don't know if I actually gave you guys that update. We have a bedroom, and the bedroom has a radiator in it, and so we can at very least be warm at night. Heck yeah. This room doesn't have a radiator in it, but I don't think it really needs one. The computer's been doing an excellent job of keeping this room very, very nice and warm. So I think this room will be fine for a while. The power of streaming. So I'm just changing angles because it was getting a little catchy on the other side. Just go across and then come back. Oh, it's still catchy. Oh no. There is no easy side. I guess I could do that. Yeah, there you go. And just... There we go. And keep moving along. And then once we get over the end of this petal, I'll cut it and start again so that my thread is less twisty. That's not something they showed in the video, but it is very much an issue that I'm having. My thread is so twisty. By the time that I've wrapped it around that many times, it's like pretty unworkable. Then again, I guess why would you, that's a small thing. Like you can work around that pretty easily, I suppose, just by cutting it every now and again. And they do show you, the video I'm talking about, by the way, it's in live stream chat in the Discord. It's what Feathered posted yesterday, is the tutorial that I'm following. I think they use embroidery thread, but I'm just using sewing thread. Which means it probably takes a little bit longer, but also I can get it a bit cheaper and I can get lots of it. And I already have a lot of it also. And honestly, I don't think it takes that much longer than what she was doing, because hers seemed to take about the same amount of time that mine is. Mine probably takes a little tiny bit longer, but not so dramatically longer as you might think. Go and just... Cool, and then... that. Cool. Whew. And then we can just undo that and then just... There we are. Oh my god, the thread. The thread! It's... Oh. There you go. Get all those twists out of it so we can get the last couple done. And then we'll have to go back and do a larger size. So I have already drawn the next size up. The next size up is 5 centimeters. I don't know, so there you go. And it's only a centimeter longer. So in the tutorial they do 3 layers on the big flower, but just because the flowers are so layered on the concept stuff, I think I'm going to have to do a lot more than 3 layers per flower. Thankfully though, that will also mean the flowers will get a lot bigger, which means I'll cover a lot more space, be more accurate, and so it's not, I think, a bad thing. Just, you know, they'll take a little bit longer and they'll need more petals. But in this case, that's fine. That's absolutely fine, because it means that they get big and cover lots of space. That's the thing with small flowers. Obviously, they don't take so long to make, but then also they really don't cover that much space. All right, I need like a, what do you call it? A spool holder. I've seen people use them for knitting. I think you can get ones for sewing, but I've just not seen any near me. I need one of those so that it can hold my spool as I'm doing this. I don't even know where I'd buy that though. Maybe Amazon. There's not any big haberdasheries near me, so I don't think. But there is haberdasheries near me, but they're very small. They do like the basics, or they do specifically like baby stuff, which is fine, but not what I make. That would be another thing if the mystery box comes on Friday and it's just full of like baby materials. I don't know what I'd do with that, but it'd be fun. It'd be a fun challenge, I suppose. At least it's not see-through. I think all laces or all sheer fabric would probably be the hardest. or lycra, or spandex. I still stand by those two actually because they're quite difficult. Go away. There we go. Stitch, welcome on in. Taz, no, I absolutely did not. Absolutely no. I am a true traditional cosplayer in that I see something new and sparkly and I want to make it. Welcome on in, Stitch, welcome on in, Taz. Kath, welcome on in. Slippery velvet. Velvet is slippery, but I guess just because I'm more used to sewing with it, it's one of those ones where I'm like, I know it's a pain in the ass fabric, but I also know like, I got something stuck on my finger. I also know that like I can do it. So I'm not quite so worried about that one. Oh. Sorry, it's like very stuck. Woo! There you go. Get a couple around there just in case. And then we'll swap sides. There you go. Hopefully that won't catch, we'll see. Oh wait, no, I see, damn it. Go back this way a bit, there you go. There's a hole. There we go. Oh, starch is a good way to keep it still. Yeah, that would make sense. Oh, you mean like on the spool or on velvet? I need something to keep my spool still. Honestly, I just need a spool holder, really. It's fine. One day. That's a thing with crafts, isn't it? You just slowly gain equipment over time, little by little. Sometimes it breaks. Some things I've broken and it's never come back. I've never rebought them. Okay. Make sure it's nice and thick, and then there we go. Oh. I might have the fabric paint nearby. Thing is, I can't, I can make the layers, but I can't put them all together until they're painted. So it'd be kind of useful. I don't think I have it up here at the moment. I'm gonna have to find it. I have black fabric paint, but I think I would rather have a dark red and a brown for this. Just to slightly tint the edges. There we go. And so for now, I guess I'll just make all of the bases. And I'll have to do a bit of a search for my fabric. I do own fabric paints. I own quite a few fabric paints, honestly. I just have to find them. Oh, dear, velvet's horrendous entry-wise for me. I know a lot of people that really struggle with velvet. Like, velvet specifically is like a really hard one. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. It's like very much like a, I don't love it, but I can work with it kind of thing. If a cosplay calls for it, I will deal. Okay. Whereas I know people that can't go, like they hate it. They hate watching other people touch it, so. But luckily I'm not one of those people. Okay, let's get that there. And wah. Wah, 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 wah. Get that stalk all nice and covered. And then snip it, and we'll do some tying. Okay, 2 seconds. Let me just tie this. Sorry, this bit needs to be done between my knees because it is way too hard to do otherwise. Once again, need 3 pairs of hands to do this. There we go. I'm gonna leave the threads long for now because I can get them attached in later. Not really any problem. And let's get that in there and start shaping these ones. And pinch the end. There you go. And then on this one, this one feels a bit loose at the end, but that's okay. Pinch, pinch, then give them like that. Oh, I might have to stick that down because that is actually quite loose. We'll come back to that, it's fine. There we go. And there. And then we'll have, eventually, once we make like 1,000 more, a flower. There we go. It's a bit messy right now because none of them are attached to each other, but I need to paint them really first before I start attaching anything. Okay, get that down. They will end up being kind of like that. Kind of, just a bit neater and more organized. Oh dear, with organization they will look great, I'm sure. Oh dear, what are you doing now? I'm making flowers. So we are wrapping little molds in thread so that we make these like thread petals, and then we're going to make chrysanthemums out of them, but we need layers and layers and layers to really build them up. So that's what we're doing. We're making layers and layers and layers and we're building them up. You like? This is just the very smallest layer. Try started for Velvet. I see. Found a 3D model for Doomslayer, gonna have to bring it into Blender and actually make something out of it. Blender for me is such a pain to work with. I'm trying to get more used to Blender myself. I'm a AutoCAD kind of lady, but I'm trying to get more used to it. They also Matrix, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to it. We're making tons and tons and tons of petals, although actually the thread probably doesn't need to be quite that long. I can probably trim it a little bit. That's a little bit messy. There you go. That's better. And what about that one? That's fine. That's fine. They are cool. They are very cool. Oh, I should keep making them really and stop playing with it, but I just can't. I'm enamored. I'm enamored by the flowers. So cool, so cool. Okay, stop playing, no more playing. It's been 18 years since I used a program like Blender. Oh god, okay, it might have changed a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. All right, next is the slightly longer petals. Ugh. So these ones are 5 centimeters, those ones are 4. So that we are going up pretty small, but that's because we're going to have to make pretty long ones by the end, and I want a lot of layer in between. So we're going to be going up slowly so that it doesn't have too many gaps and look too empty. Oh, I feel all day. Oh no, you're fine. One thing I am going to do is I'm not going to cut them so long as I was cutting them before. Cutting them quite long, and I regret it. I will do 2 per wire maybe instead of 3. I think I will, because honestly, the 3 per wire is kind of a pain in the ass. Let's do 2 per wire, and then we'll just have to do 3 wires. I think that's fine. This one. There we go. Should have a wire here still. Yeah. The other thing is I do need to keep these together, so that they're all, because these are all the same length, and because the lengths are so similar, at some point it's going to get kind of difficult to tell them apart. So let's just, there you go, get those together somewhat. Right. Let's hope the curse of the trashy paper. Oh no. I feel it. I feel the curse. Next time I'll use proper printed paper, because the art paper makes this really, really difficult. It's just too soft. I just was using my sketchbook, so I just took it straight out of the sketchbook. But yeah, no, regret. Okay, there you go. 1. And then that, and then Hold it between my knees. Give it a bit more at the start. There we go. And then twist that over and fold it on itself. Oh god. Ah! Heckin' soft paper. There you go, there you go. Good stuff. Okay, one. Wait, I'm not gonna be able to fit them all on here, I just realised. This is gonna be too short. God damn it. Okay, we'll make a nice one maybe. Honestly. You know what? This is my first flower. It's fine. It's fine. It's a practice flower. You know. If it looks good, I'll use it. But if not, that's fine. It's a practice flower. The other thing is, I'm going to have some bigger spools of thread coming in, so they'll be more consistently coloured after this. But the first one, I'm just using what I have lying around. Go. And then there. Oh. There we go. And then fold it over. Ooh. And then, oh my god. Yeah, there's no way I'm fitting another one on there, no. It's okay, that's okay. One. It's gonna be the same as the first one where we had like a 1, a 2, and a 3. Fine, fine. Oops, sorry. It's because I'm wiggling a lot, my bad, I'm wiggly today. Hold that over so it doesn't get caught. We'll do a nice one. There we go. It's nicer because this is the kind of job I can do any day. I like having lots of these sort of jobs in cosplay. I know there are a lot of, oh, that's still twisted. I know there are a lot of people's worst nightmares, but I love these kind of jobs. Where I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna take me hundreds of hours. Hell yeah. I'm gonna be sad this for literally months. Amazing. Honestly, it's just my kind of cosplay. There we go. Get that back up there. And up. Doesn't even involve threading a needle or anything as well. Nice change of pace. Although my arm is going to get very tight, I can tell. Just from going, I'm going to get a very strong right arm. Next time you see me, I'll be really buff, but only on one side. From just doing this over and over again. It's actually not even my upper arm, it's the lower bit that I feel it in. There we go. What? And wow, okay. Up. More thread. And then oh no. Stay there. Help. I need a thread holder. Oh, even if I had one though, I'm like thinking about it, would I really use it? Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe a lot not, honestly. I'm pretty bad with that sort of thing. I get something new and shiny and then I don't use it. Like, just keep doing the old way, it's fine. I want to set something new up. I just keep doing the same way that I did before, where I struggled. Yeah, after stream today, I'll have a little look, see if I can find any of the paints. So that when we make petals, I can, like, immediately paint them. Because, of course, then it'll take a little while to dry, but then by the next stream, I can start putting them together kind of thing. Otherwise, it's just adding an extra day's wait. I know where my paint pens are, but I don't know if I really want to use my paint pens. Oh dear, there we go. Oh, that was the other thing. I might want to sew some beads into them a little bit. But I can do that at the same time as putting the flowers together. Just so it looks like there's like dew on them. I have some beads that will be like perfect for that. So I'm probably just going to put some little like dew beads on some of the petals. But they need to be painted before I do that. Is that all good at the back? Yeah. Fine. Maybe get that bit a bit thicker. There we go. And fold that over. Yeah. Keep going. I'm gonna need some more double-sided sticky tape as well if I want to keep doing this. The double-sided sticky tape works really well, actually. I was quite dubious when I watched the tutorial. That's why I made sure I made one off stream first, because I was like, is the double-sided sticky tape really just gonna hold it all in place while you do that? Because there's a lot of stuff going on. The thread it's working pretty hard, you know? Like, is it actually going to hold that in place? But no, it does a really good job. And once the thread is completely wrapped around it, you don't need the double-sided sticky tape anymore, so it doesn't even matter if it loses its stick over time, because it's just there to help create a shape. Actually, mildly impressed with double-sided sticky tape. Okay. I do still want to make some flowers using the other embroidery stuff that we were doing before, but since the chrysanthemums are such a big part of the costume, getting those done first I think would be really good, since they're much bigger. Big flowers. I don't know when I'm gonna make the base for the dress. I think I'd like to have like a good box of flowers first, and then maybe consider making the dress, because then I can start pinning things on. And once I've got the dress base made, I know I'm gonna want to start pinning stuff in place. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it yet, but I think I'll be able to get away with a zip up the side. If not, I can always put a zip in the back, but I think I can get away with like an under the arm zip, because it's pretty loose around the arms. Oh god. Sorry. Red is trying to escape again. Get that wrapped around there so it's nice and attached. And then flip over, fold this in. Go from this side. Yeah, I predominantly don't want to do them petal by petal because it adds a lot of wire, which won't really matter for a lot of them since they'll be pinned on flat, but for the ones that are like coming out of pieces like lower down on the dress, if there's lots and lots of wire, it'll make the stem really thick, and I don't want it too thick. I'm keeping an eye. Like, it's okay for the first few if they are, because like, you know, I can use them on the wig or I can use them on the shoulders and stuff like that, so it's okay if some of these have a lot of extra wire, but ideally, less wire would be good. Also be good for me because, you know, it means I don't have to buy as much goddamn wire. Stop. There we go. Right. Unfold that. Unfold that. Get that down there. Oh, you said it for a plier. You are going for it. Heck yeah. It'd be really, really cool to see someone doing, like someone from the Boobtober team doing that. That'd be sick. I did, but I can only do, I'm still in the same kind of position of why I had to end my own campaign early, where it's like, I family comes first, so I can do a couple of days in November, but like I can't really do any other time. So I did it, but I'm also like, yeah, fair enough. I'm not very available comparative to these, like what I normally would be at least. Oh dear. Mac, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We are making petals. 2 seconds. I need to tie this off, but then I can show you. So we're making some flowers, specifically chrysanthemums. right now because they are some of the biggest flowers on this costume, and so I figured get them done early. One, and then, oh, no, not quite. There you go, one, and then two. There you are, that should do. Oh no, there's some holes in it. No, wait, it's fine. We'll just paint them later, but. How did I miss such a big hole? My god, actually. Jelly. Terrible. Like so. Heck yeah. One petal. One petal. We've made a few so far. They're kind of all bundled up, but they are there. This is a bigger one. We'll go around the outside. Start layering them up a little bit. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Go to them, and it'd be good for any of us to get it since it'd help the team, especially since they aren't guaranteeing that slot will be available. So the more that apply, the better. And you're fine. Family first. Yeah. It's like I would love to have been able to be like, yeah, anytime, free all the time. But it's like I can't do that. Not right now. But yeah. I tried. I hope someone gets it. That'd be really, really cool. Ah. Delicious, delicious coffee. Right. I have to get some more wire, which means I'm going to let you in on a secret. The only wire I have at the moment is covered, which means to get it out, I have to be kind of gross. I don't know if you guys are going to want to see this side of me, but we'll do it, because I need more wire now. Oh dear. What? Okay. Okay. I told you it was weird, but the only way of getting it out. Okay, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Go on. That's a good jump. Can I? Nope. Okay, maybe. No, not yet. Not yet. There we go. That felt like progress. Heck yeah. Now grab the little tubey bit at the end. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, dude, what are you doing? Added Shadow, welcome on in. I'm getting the wire out of this tube. There's a juicy, juicy wire in this tube and I need it. So I'm just grabbing the tube and taking it out, but getting it started is a bit of a pain. I actually have them, I just don't know where they are, Vile. They're somewhere in my house. I don't know where. So until I know where they are, this is our method. Our method is bite it out. It's alright, it works. You need wire, I can send you wire to see. It's alright, it's like flossing, isn't it? It's just with my cosplay. It's fine. I can't see any potential health hazards here, you know? Just flossing. Just flossing. You know? Moreover about the event. Oh, we're talking about possibly extend the campaign since they're going until November 6th, like for Boobtober. Oh, okay. Nice. I actually already ended my campaign, so I will need to make a new one if I'm doing that. Because the thing is, I didn't want, like, for instance, if I was off for a really long time and then I didn't send you guys the money, so I was like, I'll end it now so that you guys definitely get the funds. So I'd have to make a new one. Because I didn't know. I was up in the air. Everything was up in the air. I had no idea what the circumstances would be by the end of the month. Well. we go, and then... Dun, 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 ba-da. There we go, get that there. And then... One. One. Ooh. Oh dear, that was fair. I've already planned for the giveaway to happen on the 29th, so I can't really do that to anyone. Can't really do that to anyone that wants to enter. That's fair. Yeah, for mine, well, first of all, I gave the giveaways for Dem or somebody else to do because I didn't know when I was going to be back. And then, to be honest, I could probably do them now, but I also then am like, I've already kind of planned it with Dem. I don't want to take it away again. Go. True, yeah. Oh dear. Wow. There we go. Oh my god. Oh heck, speaking of the devil. And they shall appear. Welcome on in, Dem. How goes it? I hope you had a good stream. I hope your matches were good today. Welcome on in. Yeah, Dem was playing Dead by Daylight earlier. I was doing a bit of a lurk, which means now I have my own stream in the background somewhere. I'll have to get rid of that. But I hope it went well. Sorry, I will do you a shout out. I just have to. I'm handling intensely delicate double-sided sticky tape right now. There you go. So I had to get that done first. Welcome on in though. How was your stream and what did you get up to? Hi Dweeku, welcome on in. So many shout outs going right now. Oh my god, so many. I have been making little pedals. They're all kind of bundled together at the moment, but this is sort of what they look like. Here's one individual petal. There it is. They're made out of thread. You'll see in a minute. It's a slow process, but we're getting there. Oh my god, look at all these. Oh, so thank you for the lurk, John. Welcome on in, but thank you. Oh dear. Oh, thank you for giving the vile shout out. Heck yeah. That's weird actually. It's backwards for me. Why is it backwards? It's like, I can see exclamation mark vile, but at that point it's already happened. Ah, dear. Do we need a custom vile one? Yeah, probably. Heck yeah. I used all of them shoutouts. Every single one. Oh, welcome to stream, everyone. We've been doing a bit of sleuthing, a bit of deduction, as well as some theories for Resident Evil. We've been going over some of them. I should say they're not my theories, they're just theories that I've come across, and some of them seem a lot more plausible than others. So we were going through some of those. Do you want to go through Resident Evil theories? Completely off topic. Silent Hill theories. I can do it again. It is dark though. Heads up. It's pretty dark. They're not little light-hearted stories by any stretch. But I also think there's a fair chance that this is the direction the game's gonna go, which I don't dislike, I should say, but it is heavy. Oh god, I'm like tearing everything apart. My double-sided sticky tape is so goddamn strong. I don't know why this particular spool of double-sided sticky tape for me is like the bloody strongest thing. Like super glue, nah. This double-sided sticky tape, so intense. Ah dear. There you go. And then, sorry, I again apologize to all the raiders who just came in if I seem really distracted. I actually have to focus quite a bit. You've come in at a bad time, I'm sorry. This bit's really tough to do if you're not giving it 100% because you'll rip your work. It's like, I don't want to rip my work, actually. I would like it to go well. Ah, dear. There we go. Wah, wah. Look at the mushroom head girl. It's flowers. It's not mushrooms. They're flowers. Flowers. Do you guys want to hear some theories? That way I can talk about it, but I don't have to worry so much about chat. So, basically, the leading theory at the moment for oh god, I keep saying Resident Evil. It's not Resident Evil. It's because they both got announced the same week. For Silent Hill F, is that it's potentially going to the trauma specifically, because again, Silent Hill always follows trauma. Is going to be the bombings of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. That it would make sense as to why it has to be in Japan if that's the case, but also the time period, the age of the girl, a lot of things kind of line up where it's like, yeah, it very much could be that. And with that information in mind, oh god, it almost seems like the flowers are portraying radiation sickness. So like when the flowers touch you, it burns at the site, creates the spots going around the area. The necrosis happening later on in the same trailer where parts of the body just fall off. A lot of it lines up with radiation sickness. And it could end up being very, very dark because there's also a lot of imagery to do with children. So when you look at radiation sickness and children, it could be quite a rough one. But I think it will be good, just like quite heavy. Because yeah, it's we're looking at potentially a Silent Hill that follows people who may have been in an absolute disaster. And not only people, children. So yeah, that's kind of where it's looking like so far. That could all change. We've only had one trailer so far, but from that first trailer, a lot of people have deducted and everything that it could be that the plants, the flowers that grow on her are actually a symbol, like symbolized radiation poisoning. And yeah, it's quite something. If that is the case, it's quite something. Wow. There we go. Sorry, I can't really read chat right now. I will. It's just you have to let me do my wire, and then I'll be right back with you. Part of me is like, do I just do all of this off stream and then come back to it, because I can't read chat when I'm doing this at all. And it's like I feel kind of bad that I can't. Like, we just had a raid and I have to finish this. Like, I can't read chat at all. Can you guys keep yourself entertained for a minute? I'm so sorry. It's just this bit requires all of my focus. Oh dear. I'll be back in a moment. I've only got one more that I have to stick on. There we go. I guess it's kind of like that with anything time sensitive though, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, next time I think I'll do all of these off stream and then just do the winding on stream. Oh, there we go. Oh. There we go. Oh no, no! Okay. There we go, okay. Cool. Another one ready. Oh, so Sammy, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. There we are. Oh, yeah, this bit, easily the hardest bit. Like, trying to get them all on there, and like, I can see places where I've not been very neat and stuff like that. This bit's so tricky, comparatively. It's just getting them attached to the wire. It's, oh. Why is that bit so hard? The rest of it's not too bad, but like, that first bit sucks. Sucks butt. Oh my god, Dara! Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the 2 months. I hope you're doing better. It's okay. Things are okay. It's been a rough period of time. Things are alright. Thank you for the double horn. Oh god, you got conflu? I hope you feel better soon. Heck. Ah, dear. It's rough. Things are okay. We'll be fine. Ah, dear. Also, we started a new cosplay, Dora. Listen, I will finish the Resident Evil one, but something else has caught my eye, and I have to. I am a magpie for the new and shiny. And so, we are making the costume from the not Resident Evil, God, I keep saying the Silent Hill F trailer. False advertising the costume that I'm making. Because it's covered in flowers, and I really wanted an excuse to make more flowers. Wow. We are. Wow, wow. Oh, of course, yes. I have some possibly good news. Oh, yeah? Spill. Dang, I did not realize I had joined the. I didn't realize I had not joined the Discord. That's alright. Don't worry about it. There we go. It's a chill community. Lots of crafters. There we are. Okay, there we go. And this, and this, and this. Go. Nice. Looks like the IVS transfer worked for the time being. Oh, really? Nice. Oh dear, I did the bark around. You definitely want to add your flair. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Dem. Thank you. Finally finished my emails after 1 week of holiday. No. Good on you, Asylum. Been heckin' productive so early in the week. Oh dear. We're not chill. Are we not? Shoot, I thought we were chill. Oh dear. It's vile. Heck yeah, that is vile. Developing. Oh god, bless you. Good luck with the heckin' photos. I'm sure that'd be nice though. Of all the jobs to do, especially when you're sick, that sounds pretty nice. Looking back on happy memories. There we go. And up there. Nice. There we are. So simple, so direct, so vile. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna add stuff to it though, you know that I am. Okay. There we are. And... down to the next one. Okay, cool. A little support structure in place and then start filling it in. This morning we have LGBT booth at our Starfos. Lots of people an amazing cosplay showing love and it's all good vibes. Yeah, it's like perfect to do when you're ill then. Just like a really nice positivity boost. Heck yeah. I do hope you feel better soon though. That you're not down with the sickness for too long. Also, Goat, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're making flower petals here. We also started a new cosplay without finishing the old one, like true cosplayers. Oh dear. I ended early today as I was feeling a bit oh, bless you. Yeah, no, look after yourself. I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. No, you're fine, honestly. Even if you hadn't been feeling ill, you'd still be welcome to Raid and Run. Sorry, even if you had been feeling well. No, not if you hadn't. There you are. When the music does 1 second, it sounds so funny. There you go. That's better. That's better. Oh god, there is my own stream in the background. Get rid of that. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. No, I don't want to see that. Ugh. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Go back down. Okay. And get all this area filled in. airbrush it, but I think they're too small. This might be too small to airbrush with any level of neatness. I'm just honestly looking for reasons to use the airbrush. I have one. I've never used it. It's because all the time when I'm like, I want to paint this, it's like this big, and I'm like, I could get out the whole airbrush, or I could just, you know, paint it. I'm not very ill, just mental strain for being. Oh, I see. An infant. That's fair. So you need to take a mental break. That's also a nice thing to do, doing a mental break. Heck yeah. Scott intended. Oh dear. That too. I haven't been made a post yet, but feel free to people that know about Boobtober on Sunday. Oh, wait, what's happening on Sunday? Well, I actually don't know what's happening on Sunday. Wait a minute. I'm out of the loop. But also, Vile, I'm sure, can fill me in because you need to go get some rest. Go get some heckin' rests. Also, Lone School Art Life, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We are making petals for flowers, which slowly we will start assembling, but I want to paint them all a little bit first. So we're wrapping them in thread, and then we'll come back and I think just paint the edges a little bit. I think I'll paint the insides just a little bit lighter as well on some of these ones. Oh, heck! Sammy, thank you for gifting a sub to Misty's Nuts. Oh, it's very kind of you. Heck. I wanted a reason to get an airbrush and I realized I'd be too lazy when painting most of the time. It's like really good if you have a lot to do, but I don't have a lot to do. It's tiny, tiny things. Thank you so much. It's very heckin' kind of you. Oh, dear. Damon Bateman and myself are going to be doing a Sunday stream on Boobtober channel. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, wait, did I? Oh. I'm out of the loop. I have no idea what's going on. Also, nice event you've got there. Also, what event? I've never heard of it. Let's go back to good old drawing, but I don't know what to draw because I use traditional pen and paper. I use pen and paper too. I'm a traditional artist for the most part if I'm doing drawing. What I'd... Okay. What I'd say is, sorry for the break there, random prompts and stuff like that could be a really good way of like getting you into it again, and then you can kind of narrow down the things that you enjoy drawing. So like, get a random prompt generator, something like that. Just Google it. Heck yeah. Fall Guys and Party Games. Oh, it was that one. Yeah, Shiny the Dog. No, it sounded like a dog barked in our house. And I was like, we don't have a dog. So I was waiting to hear if it happened again. Maybe I must have misheard something. Because we don't own a dog. Maybe there's a window open, there's a dog barking outside or something. That could also be that. Ah, dear. What kind of prompts do you draw? Oh, you already know what you want to draw then. Oh, if you're not having the problem, you're fine. Ah, dear, should I play 10 dogs on full volume? Maybe. Maybe. I don't think we have the console for it, but could be. Who knows? Definitely not me, I'm lost. Also, Dem, didn't you need to go get some rest? Dem, go get some rest! As much as we love having you here, look after yourself, get better. Don't worry, I'll just be here, twirling thread. For a while. I got many flowers to make. It's gonna take a sneaky bit. Dear. That's okay, it's fine. Oh, also, I'm so sorry, local. My sound alerts are very iffy. Like, they'll work 1 second and break the next. So I don't know why that didn't pop up, but thank you so much for the follow. It's very kind of you. Dear, I told Shiny not to go outside to pee against the fire. Okay, well, I'm glad someone told him. At least he knows. Now if I see them doing it, then I can be like, oi oi. Now, I know you were told not to do this. Oh, there it is. It's just a bit slow. Ah, dear. Yeah, for some reason my stream elements has been really janky the last maybe week, I'd say. Although actually I only started streaming again on Friday, so it'd be since Friday. It's been kind of janky and I'm not sure why. Okay. I forgot to cut the thread when I normally do, and I was wondering why I was struggling so much. Like, I've been going too long. This thread has had too much twist in it. This is getting very difficult. It's all right. We'll manage. But I would like new thread in a second, so I'll get to the end of this one and then I'll get some new thread. Less twisty. Go. And I think of what to draw, but that's the other problem. Okay. Could be a connection problem between Twitch and the alerts. I know Twitch is changing a lot in the background recently. Maybe that is what it is, actually. How does this make a petal? So, this is one that's been folded up. You fold them in half, and you can make like a chrysanthemum. So, like all the ones with all of like the little prongs that come out. And then you make loads and loads of them, and you bring them all together, and then you have like a petal like this. But you need lots. In my case, I need even more than the tutorial. The tutorial's like, you need 12. Like, nah, I need like 50. About a little guy that lives in a blue world. Queen, welcome on in. All night and everything he sees is just blue. Like him, inside and outside. Blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. And everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around. 'Cause he ain't got nobody to listen to. Yeah, I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die, 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 dabba dee dabba die. Oops, sorry. Bopping cameras. Thank you, Queena. Also, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We may have started a new cosplay without finishing the old one again. Listen, you know what? It happens to the best of us. What can I say? I like the new and the shiny. Okay, I'm just curling this up a little bit so that maybe it doesn't get in the way as much. There we go. Now I shall start from the other side. There we are. This awesome, thank you. It's not my technique by any stretch. There's a YouTube tutorial for it, and you can do it yourself. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's really cool, and it's one of the flowers that I really need to make a lot of for this costume. So having one that perfectly makes chrysanthemums is like kind of perfect. Also, I think this will do. So I'm having a bit of a. There we go. That's better. Oh no, that's still not better actually. Maybe. Yeah, there you go. And get to there. Yeah, I do want to paint them all a little bit. That's not in the tutorial, it's just more for like... So it looks a little bit more grim, having the darker edges and stuff like that, rather than them being too perfect. In the tutorial, they're really, really pretty and they're made to like make hair pieces and stuff like that. But for this costume, I don't think that fits the theme quite so well. Like, it is really, really pretty, but it's also like surrounded by organs. So, like, I think I need a little bit more shadow and stuff in them. There we go. And just slowly work our way down. Duh. In there. Whoop, whoop. Okay. And across there. And go the whole way down, and then we'll come back just to get it all. I just worry that partway through it's gonna lose its stick and it's gonna start falling off, and then I'm not gonna be prepared for it. Okay. It probably makes it a little less neat, but it means I panic less, so honestly worth it. What's filled in on that side too? There you go. There we are. Yeah, why don't you do that, Miku? That sounds great. Perfect for you. That's always the scariest part of, yeah, things aren't ready, things aren't sticking, I'm losing my thread. Will you stop falling over? Come on now. Hell yeah. Oh dear. There we go. And whoop, 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 whoop. The other side looks pretty good. And then whoop. Go, make sure that bit's nice and solid. There we go. And then nice. Another petal done. And undo that. There we go. And start going down this way. Oh, slowly, slowly. It is still so much faster than like what we were doing before though. It is slow. It is not a quick process, but comparatively to the embroidering around them, it's still a lot quicker. Go. And in there. And I'll have to show you the fabric burning petals soon. That's one that I've done before quite a bit. I've done it on stream before as well, but like not for a couple years. I'll do that one soon so you can watch that because that's a really fun one. That's very quick. Comparatively to all the other techniques, that's like super speedy. But they all make different kinds of, you know, flowers, so it's not like I could use that one for everything. Oh. Skeleton dance to this music is pretty funny, like, yeah! Oh dear. And undo this. Well, there we are. Guess who has a word about day? Oh, did you get the rest of the day off? Nice. Heck, enjoy your day off. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so I need to get my posture better. My neck's gonna go. My laptop has been declared out of commission. I took the rest of the day off because I got nothing. Ah, I hope. Is it a work laptop or is it your own laptop? And does work cover it? I hope work covers that, because otherwise, obviously, that is an expense that most of us do not want to pay. Dear. Work laptop. Okay, cool. Good, good, good. How many costumes are in progress at the moment? Sarah, please. Sarah, please. Don't call me out like this. You know, just one or two. One or two. Although I will say, like, I'm not gonna say that the Zoe costume is on, like, being made. I'll have the patterns and stuff from it, but I will be reusing a lot of the fabric for this one. And then I'll have to rebuy it again, just because the color palettes are very similar. So rather than buying a whole new amount of fabric, I'll be just, you know, taking the fabric from the other one and using it on this. There we go. All the way down. That's another petal done. Dear, no skin on my back. That's good. There's a massive Windows 11 update that is not going as well as they hoped. Get to exchange it in for working one on Thursday. Mostly got meetings tomorrow, so it's fine. Are you doing a small costume today? Small. Yeah. Smaller. Listen. Smaller than the Zoe and the Zoe molded one, because it's only one costume. It's not two costumes in one. So smaller, small, I mean, it's a ball gown basically. So it's not ever going to be tiny, but comparatively, I would say that it's smaller. Is it really just one or two? A quick change is technically a 2. Yeah, but like no. That one I'm not counting. I'm not counting Zoe or the modded because I'm reusing all of their fabrics for this one. So it's like it's not really a work in progress when you don't have any work. I have the patterns, but I will come back to that because I'll be reusing a lot of it in this. Go. I love elevator music. Ooh. Go. And it's fine. It's getting a bit twisted, so it wants to knot. This is the fear. Like, can you see it? Like, when it's doing this, it's gonna try and knot. I just have to be careful to not accidentally wrap a knot into it. There you go. Ba-ba-ba. And oh, this seems like a nice task to do while watching television. Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like it's not. The sticking them on the wire is quite difficult. So what I would, I guess, say to do, and what I'm going to do myself, is off stream spend some time sticking all the pieces to like strips of wire, so that when I come onto stream I can just wrap the wires, because the wrapping is honestly a very relaxing job. The sticking the paper to the wire is not relaxing. It's very hard and it takes all of my concentration. So I will split the jobs a little bit, I think, just so that I don't have to do that on stream too much, because I feel really bad because I can't read chat at all while that's happening, and I have to completely 100% concentrate, and I prefer not to do those sort of jobs on stream consistently because it means I can't chat with anyone. Oh dear. So yes, we will continue the wrapping on stream, but probably I will do some of the behind the scenesy bits, like the taping, off stream in the future. I'm not prepared for that today. Also, 2 seconds. I have to hold them with my legs. I only have 2 hands. Go. And then another one. There you go. And then, looks like a nice big circle. Start shaping them into their individuals. Hitch the top. Come on. There we are, that's better. I will eat them if I have to. And go. And then and get them there. See? Petals! Cute, right? Cute little petals. Of course, none of them are particularly styled or anything at the moment, but we're getting there. Cute. I probably don't need quite that much thread. I'll cut that in a minute though. Oh, alright. Let me have some more coffee because the next bit's hard. Also, hi! Welcome on in, lady. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. And madam, welcome on in. Yes, tell Quebec I said hi. Oh dear. Yes, petals. And all things considered, they don't actually take that long. That's all sewing thread wrapped. Yeah, it's just sewing thread with a. It's got like a little paper frame on the inside, and then it's around a wire so that you can like mold it. Because you know, molding is important. Lots of molding. There you go. And then that way we can like put them around the smaller ones and have like it start to layer up a lot. You see? Yeah. Bonk. Ba-ba. Lovely part to drop in on. Ah, heck yeah. Also, thank you for the posture check. I am sitting like a gremlin. I refuse to change. Thank you for making me aware, though. Now at least I know that I'm sat like a gremlin. It's important to be aware of one's of what one is doing. As someone who is back and neck currently trying to escape, I feel blind to remind people to unstrip yourself. Maybe. You know, it's not a bad idea. Oh dear. Okay. Wow. Alright, next bit. I'm so sorry. I will have to ignore chat for just a second because this bit takes a hell of a lot of concentration, which is why I will, in the future, not be doing this live on stream. Oh dear. It's just so sticky. And the paper's so delicate. There we go. And then just whoop, slowly work my way up to the top. Okay, where's the wire? There it is. There you are, and then fold that over. There you go. One. This bit, so bloody hard. Also drink water. I have coffee. Oh, thank you, madam. Have a lovely work and lurk. I hope it goes well. We'll just be here wrapping more things. The next line I will do on better paper though, so I won't have quite so many issues. It'll just be this initial one that will have some problems because the paper is really soft, which means that it wants to come apart a lot easier. That's okay though. You know what? It's a learning curve. We're learning not to do this again. Okay, there we go, and oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. And take that off there. And then get attached to there. Oh, okay. There we go. And then fold over. Oh. There you go. 2. Oh my god. It's so hard. All the rest of it's really easy. This bit, so much effort, so much concentration, so much more difficult than the rest of it. My god. It's fine. Next time will be better. Go. Oh, sorry, I'm knocking the camera quite a bit. My bad. And then... Okay. That's pretty smooth. And then... Ooh, there we are. Tonight's the night I swear, right now I swear. There being 2.0 me when I try to blanket stitch, it's like, why is it so difficult? It's the only hard bit. Everything else goes so smoothly, but this bit, pain in the ass. Alright though, learning. Learning's important. Ooh. I'm really excited to make all these flowers. So the last costume I made loads and loads of flowers on was actually the Sylvari costume, because I made all the flowers on that one. And I made most of them using the same 2 techniques, and it's really cool to like start another costume that it has a lot of flowers in it and just already know so many more techniques I can use. It's only been a couple of years since I made that one, And already I feel like I'm so much better equipped to do this kind of stuff because I have so much extra knowledge than I had a couple years ago, which is a really nice feeling. A nice way, like, feeling of progression. Alright, there we go. 4. Alright. Fold it in, and we'll start going around. Oh, actually, I need to get all the twist out of this as well. Oh my god, it's so twisted. Okay. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's start. Attach that to there. Yeah, when I'm starting it, I'm just putting it in a place where there's some visible double-sided sticky tape, and I'm just sticking the first thread to that. So that way I don't have to worry. I mean, I do go back over it again in a second, but I don't have to worry about it moving when I'm trying to get the thread started. It does probably help them. For some reason, my double-sided sticky tape is just so sticky. It does just feel like super glue. Oh dear. I don't even know what brand it is because all that's come off. It's just really strong. Go. And just go up and down the first one and then... Okay. Nice. Okay, I will sit properly now. Oh. Ah. There we go. Nice straight back. What time is it? Is it nearly lunchtime? It is nearly lunchtime. I'm starting to get a bit hungry. I didn't have such a big breakfast this morning. I don't know, normally I like having a really big breakfast, but this morning I just kind of wasn't feeling it. Not feeling it so much. Oh dear. Go. What? 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 Go. Honestly, this kind of feels like the sort of thing you could do in bed before going to sleep. Like, instead of reading a book, you could probably just sit in bed doing this. It's really not taking that much concentration. Oh, except for the bit where you stick it on, and then it's like 1000% concentration. Oh, that's really nice. I'm really excited to watch the cosplay competition later. For those who aren't aware, there's a cosplay competition happening on Twitch run by a streamer called Emiru, who has basically just run an online competition for anybody worldwide to enter photographs of the cosplay. And I've entered a couple of my cosplays into it. I don't know that I'll necessarily get in because the level of quality is so high in that cosplay competition. I already know that I there's no way I'll win anything in it, and that's fine. Like, I've seen other people's entries and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. But I really hope that I get in. I don't need to win just to get in, because one of the judges is Jessica Negri, and the idea of Emiru and Jessica Negri judging my costumes, I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool. I would like that so much. Oh, so Nina, thank you so much for the follow. It's very kind of you. Oh dear. So like that next time, oh, you're fine, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that it goes well. We'll just be here, making flower petals for cosplay. Oh, I'm very excited to watch it. Even if I don't get in, to be fair, I know a few other people that have entered, and I think that they will get in. So I have people to cheer on. I'm ready to cheer some people on tonight. I think it starts at 10 p.m. my time. Originally, I thought it started at 10 p.m. in America, and I was like, oh yeah, there's no way I can watch that live. That's at like 4 in the morning. But no, it's 4 p.m. in America, which means I think it's about 10 p.m. my time, which means I should be able to watch it. At least some of it. I probably will have to go to sleep before the end, but I can watch a bit of it. I love cosplay competitions. This one's very much like a casual, fun one, which is nice, honestly. And I think it'll be like very fun to see everyone's costumes. I mean, I've seen a lot of them already because, of course, like it was open entering, so like you could see everybody else entering at the same time as you. But I think it's gonna be really fun. Oh dear. What? Okay, get that set up there. I'm ready. I have my pom-poms. I'm ready to cheer on. Oh dear. Can't we see Jenny's judge? I'm not a judge. That's misinformation right there. The judges are really big cosplayers, not me. Not me. And big Twitch streamers as well. Oh, dear. I'm making my own cosplay for the first time. Any tips for making... Oh, are you making your own pattern? Making patterns is one of those things where you get used to it, but it's quite hard to start with. What I would say is, if you have, like, if you go to like a charity store or something like that, and you maybe find an item that's similar, to cut that apart and try making a pattern out of that. Because otherwise, starting from scratch making patterns is quite tricky. Also, have you followed any patterns before? Like, you know, written out patterns kind of thing, like branded, whether it be Butterwick or Vogue or Simplicity or New Look or anything like that, or McCall's. Have you followed any patterns before? Because getting used to patterns in general is really helpful when it comes to making your own. Because a lot of it just comes from like the alterations you'll make on patterns, because you'll be making those same alterations on your own. So like, for instance, if it's not tight enough, adding darts and stuff like that. My advice would be to follow a pre-made pattern, or to make a pattern out of a piece of clothing you already know fits you. Because otherwise, yeah, it's a steep learning curve. Oh, I've left some holes on the other side. Oh dear. I'm gonna grab them. HRJ, oh, but you hope that I will be. I see, I see. Thank you very much. I'm not good enough yet, but one day. There we go. Tricky, yes, a little brain as well, so I could deconstruct things in your head. Yeah, unless you could do that, in which case you'll probably be fine. But yeah, I think otherwise having a look at how other similar patterns are made is really helpful. Plus it's not a waste, because then you still have a pattern you can very much use either for this cosplay or for another. Go. And across there. And then the thread's really, really twisty, so we'll just cut it here once I've gone around this edge bit. And just get that there. There we go. Thanks so much. Pattern grafting is fun too. Frankenstein a bunch of them together. Yeah, that is fun. I do that a lot. Because obviously I've been making costumes for a while. I have a lot of patterns that I've made previously. And so at this point, I'll be like, well, I kind of want the skirt from this one and the top from this one. Let me just... Oh, dear. Go. Stick that there. While I grab and fix my thread. Oh no! Vile, get some heckin' sleep. Thank you for popping by, but yeah, like, look after yourself. I'm currently starting out making gloves as a simple design of my own since it's getting colder. Ooh! Gloves are quite tricky, but like, having a pair of glove patterns that works really well is really handy. Oh, sorry. Camera bop. Maybe we should get a camera bop counter for how many times I bop the camera. Oh, there we go. Go. And go over the whole thing quickly. Just to make sure the thread, excuse me, the thread on the back is nice and well attached. Yeah, back up there. Cool, okay, we can get this one done now. It's grab all day, a good 3 times, oh god, heck. I started with a corset as my first ever pattern draft and piece of clothing I ever sewed together. Can I add to that? I started with a wedding dress. The first thing that I ever made out of my own pattern was a wedding dress. And I was 13, 14, around that age. I was pretty young. And I was like, you know what? You know what I want to make? I want to make a wedding dress, and I want to make it for my arts award. So I'm going to make an Alexander McQueen inspired wedding dress. And that was the first thing I ever bloody patterned. I made my own pattern, and it took me like a whole year to do. And I was like, yep, this is fulfilling. I enjoyed this. I don't necessarily recommend people to start out like that, but for the same reason, I'm like, I also don't dissuade it. If you have something you really want to make, fair. You do your thing. Most people I suggest to start simple, so that you have like early victories. But hey, if you want to make an Alexander McQueen inspired wedding dress, heck can you go for it? You do you. Oh dear. And down there. I used to make all of my own cross-stitch patterns as well when I was like 7 or 8. And people buy me cross-stitch kits and I'd be like, no, I make my own? Excuse me? Little 7-year-old me being like, pre-made ones? Ew, I want to make my own. Excuse me. Get out. Heck it, because I wanted a corset, but yeah, never used a pattern before that. Yeah, it's like definitely throwing yourself in the deep end. Simple. Never heard her. Me neither. Oh dear. At 7 and 8, I used to attempt to make dresses for my dolls, and I never had a pattern, and they never stayed on, but hey, now I can make cool stuff. Yeah! I used to love making clothing for my animals, my stuffy animals. I loved it. Like all of my little beanie babies and stuff like that. They all had the... Actually, no, it's not true. Only my favorite ones. I only made outfits for my favorite ones. I had favorites. And you could tell, because they were the ones that I'd make little clothings for. I loved it. Oh dear. Okay. And there you go. Get all that filled in. Nice. All right. Last segment. We've actually done really good though. We've made, once this one's done, 24 petals, right? Although actually probably more like 12 because they fold together to make one. So let's say 12. My patterns, never cut them up and just eyeball the measurements based on my body type. Yeah, I do like similar these days because once you cut them out, you can only use them for you. And so there are quite a few patterns that I haven't cut out and that I just use as like basics. I think as well because I do a lot of like very much custom pieces. These days, most patterns are a bit they're never quite right, and they're often not right enough that following them is not to my benefit anymore. Oh, did you forget? Ah, dear. Oh, it says maths and ratios, yeah. And like again, once you make stuff for yourself a certain like amount of times, you do just get used to it. Like you really do. Like you'll start just knowing your measurements and knowing how things will need to be altered for you. Because patterns are done on a very standard body type. I don't think I've ever met someone who ever fits a standard pattern like perfectly. Like you make alterations and you just get used to making those same sort of alterations on everything. Because like you know that that's not gonna fit, so it's like, well, I'll fix it. It comes with time. Like it definitely comes with time. It's not one of those things that you won't know how you'll have to alter everything necessarily on the first time, but like you'll notice one or two things are like, oh, this could fit better and this could fit better, and then the next time you make something, you're like, yeah, those same two places could definitely be fitting better, and then you'll start making those like alterations in your head. Honestly, it's just one of those things. You'll get there. Oh dear. Muslin is your friend. Your muslin canvas, going to car boot sales and buying all the old curtains. If you have an end of the line place near you, you can buy whole bolts, which is good. I'm very lucky. It's not super close, but it's like close enough that I could do it once every couple years and I can just buy a bolt of sheeting for like a $5. It's good. Oh dear. I use pattern paper and copy the patterns and then make adjustments from there, yeah. Butcher's paper and hand-drawn stuff. I use packing paper because there's normally a post office near me, so I can just go buy more packing paper. That's why all my patterns are brown. Occasionally I use Christmas roll wrap if I have any extra after the holiday season, but for the most part I use wrapping paper. Not wrapping paper, I use packing paper. I like that it's slightly thicker. There we go. There we are. Got in there, there you go. So I was just catching my hand a little bit on the wire, and it's like fine right now, just catching it a little bit, but if I keep doing it over and over again, I'm gonna scratch at my hands. I don't want to do that. G here, you never will fit. G club. Oh dear. No one ever believes me on Twitch though because I wear sports bras because I'm active. I like to wiggle around, so no one ever believes me, and it's only when I post pictures like with Mateus where people are like, oh, it's like, yeah, thanks very much. Oh dear. Listen to me, I'm gonna rarely use it. I always do, but my costumes are quite expensive to make. Even the cheaper ones like Mateus are a couple £100. So I don't want to waste money by getting things wrong and having to redo it. But then those are also like projects that take like a full year. So like, it's, you don't want to make a mistake early on. Oh dear. I often use old blanket stuff. Went from a double D to an F. As a bra fitter, F in my my experience is F or double F. Mainly F, I'd say. It's the most common size that I fit. Like, so common. People think F is huge. F is, in my mind, should be the average at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if a 34F, 36F, somewhere around there might be the UK average. Like, that is the most common fits we would do. And like, yeah, and it wasn't even close. Like, it was not even close. E and G, not even close. F. Oh dear. Yeah, I used my mum to help me wrap up. Use duct tape to make it. Oh really? You did a duct tape model? Heck yeah. It's really hot, isn't it? Like, making duct tape models in the summer? Ugh. The worst. So uncomfortable. Oh dear. There we go. So I never started my latest cosplay because IAF. Oh, fair enough. You have to be comfortable as well. Oh. That's American size, so I don't know if it's different. I would say err on the side of caution and make it slightly larger. But then, you know, you can always take it in. And especially if you're experienced, you know, just... Yeah! Sorry. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna just take it down. Is it called taking it down or taking it in? I'm never sure. Yeah! Okay. Tie that off. 2 seconds, I have to put it between my knees again. Horn! Thank you for the horn. Who is that, Zay? Yeah, Zay. Whoa. There you go. And then... Yeah. Eat it. Delicious. It's just because I don't know where my pliers are, so I'm just pinching it with my mouth. It's fine, it's fine. I'll find my pliers at some point so I can stop eating my costume, but for now, it's alright. And then... Yeah! More petals! Heck yeah! Oh, I moved them all down. Is this coming undone? I can't tell. No, I don't think it is. Maybe. Ah, you know what? I'll wrap it again. It'll all get wrapped again anyway, like when we attach them all to each other. But just in case, because this one looks a little looser than the others, I'll do a double knot. Another knot. There you go. And like that. And it should be a second layer. Obviously not really styled because none of them are attached to each other because it still needs painting, but we're getting there. Oh. How can I show this? How can I display this? I do that and then have these ones coming out from underneath, I suppose. Oh god, it's so messy. It's very messy, but we're getting there. Also, it needs to be a bit tighter than that, but that's okay. Oh dear. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we are having layers of thread. This one's annoying me because I can see that needs to be fixed, but the rest of them are okay. It's just that one. Oh. Oh. Oh dear. So, an UKF is a a USF is a UKG. Wait, so this is the most common size? Well, actually, I've never done bra fitting in America. I'm like, I wonder if your most common size is a G then. US has double letters. We do have double letters. We have double A, double D, double F, double G. So we do, it's just not all of them are doubled. So you can get a double F. The way that it goes in the UK is triple A, double A, A, and then B, C, D, double D, E, F, double F, G, double G, and so on and so forth. So we do have double letters. They're just not all double letters. Listen, I don't agree that we have the best measuring, but this is what we have. I think as well that a double A is smaller than an A, but a double D is bigger than a D. It's like, oh dear. Bras are confusing. Bras are confusing. I was a fitter for 4 years and bras are confusing. It's because the way that they do it, they all measure the same. So they do it by measurement, but some bras have a lot more elasticity in them than others. So they might all be measured at a 34, but a 34 stiff lace bra versus a 34 elastic stretch bra will be like 2 to 4 inches different, even though they're both 34s. Because they both cut at 34, but one stretches a lot more than the other. And so people be like, I don't understand why this 34 is so much more comfortable than this 34. It's because some of them stretch. Some of them stretch a lot. Also, some bra shapes are just more comfortable for some people than others, but the stretch is really it. If it's a really highly decorated bra, it's not going to stretch very much. And so it's going to feel tighter. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but like it is. The reason you fit into some 34s better than others is that. But also, if you've been wearing the same bra for 5 years, that bra is no longer a 34. If you've been wearing the same bra for 2 years, that bra is no longer a 34. You bought it at a 34, but the elastics will go over time. And so you might come in and be like, yeah, 34 is perfect, but you're wearing actually like a 38. Normally that's not the case. So normally it's people go down in the back and up in the cup. But it's because a lot of people still have this stigma that a double D is huge. Honestly, porn's great and all, but like, it ruined what a double D is. Like, people really do be thinking double Ds are out here. Double Ds are not that big. I mean, like when I say like an F is the standard, the average that I fit was an F. So double D is several sizes smaller than that. If you haven't had a bra fit for a while and you're a double D, go have a bra fit. See if you're still a double D. I feel like you'd be a bigger size a lot of the time, but like smaller in the back. So it's not actually bigger. It's just you've got things a bit skewiffy. If you do anything with underwire, they're evil. I tend not to these days, but that's because I have abscesses. So I have a HS on my chest. So it's just basically like there's no point in me buying wired bras, which I can wear like not all the year. I can only wear it sometimes. So I have like a wired strapless, and then other than that, sports bras. Great, love them. Comfortable. I'm already in nursing bras because the single bra I managed to find doesn't fit anymore. Oh, it's gutting. I'd say I can recommend stores for the UK, but I'm not so confident recommending them abroad. Like if you're in the UK and you have a Bravissimo near you, check out Bravissimo because they are fantastic. Unless you are quite a small cup, like a D or less, they'll have a bra for you, and generally the training that I think they get there is pretty good. So the fitters are pretty competent, they listen to you, and they do a really good range of sizes. So I do like Bravissimo as like a chain store. They're really, really good. And the prices are pretty like fair. Like they're good quality bras, but so they do cost a little bit more, but also a few things. One, they're good bras and they will last a year. Secondly, the people that made those bras were paid for their work. Cough, Primark, cough. As someone who's made bras many times, if your bra costs you like £3, that's all materials. Almost guaranteed that's all materials. Person making that bra probably earned pennies, if that. Honestly, it really bothers me. Bras is one thing that really bothers me. And I totally get it if you don't have any choices and you have to buy that cheap. I think it is important to be aware of why it's that cheap. It's not just because it's a bad quality bra. Bras suck though, because it's like, if you want a good quality bra with somebody like who's made it, it's really expensive. Like you're meant to buy new bras every single year. And like if the average bra is 30 to 40 quid, very easily it could be 200 quid a year on just bras. Which is completely out of a lot of people's price range, and I totally understand that as somebody in the same kind of position. But then if you go to places like Primark, it is slave labor. And like, if you can't afford anything else, that's fine. You know, you buy what you need to do so that you can get on with life. But it sucks that those are the only options. Also, Helpless Dolphin, welcome on in. I don't have a fix for it either. It's like, if you pay people what it is worth to make the bra, it costs more money. And then if you don't, then the bra's cheaper, but it's in labor costs. It's like there's not really a winning situation at the moment with bras, which is why it's so frustrating. You can't win. Either you have to spend a ridiculous amount to get good quality bras where the people are paid to make them, or you have to buy from slave labor. Nah, it sucks. Honestly, it's such a... I'm not going to go too much onto it because it's something that, first of all, it upsets me greatly, but also, like, it's not a fixable situation right now. Oh, dear. It's like, businesses need to fix it. It's not like a I could fix it kind of situation. They kind of have to be things like pregnancy. Oh, yeah. They are more stretchy with pregnancy. They tend to be they're almost always non-wired. They should be non-wired all the time, but they're not. And yeah, they tend to have it so that they have like an extra row of clips on the back. The straps are a lot more stretchy. Everything is more adjustable. I have a friend who is 5'3" and I think they're a H cup. Yeah, but like, and like that makes you feel like it's really unusual, but it's not. Also, Cicada, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Like, not at all. Like, it's just because people think double D bras are so big, and it's like, they're not. I'm not saying like this to like put anyone down, but if you're a double D, you are, in my mind, a lot less than the average on the cup size. Like, you have smaller boobs, but double D is sold as like the big boobs. Like, you get implants to be a double D, and it's like, no. I mean, some people do, for sure, some people do, but like, it's not the size that you're thinking it is in your head. Especially if you read like the double D girl gets digged down kind of thing on porn. It's like, no, she's like a H cup. Sorry to break your title bubble. She's not a double D. But because double D is seen as a bigger size, you know? Buy bras. I buy handmade custom fit bras. I can't buy bras from a style. I was in the same kind of problem for a while. So I am a 26 back. I buy 28s most of the time, but I measure 25 around here. I have very small ribs, very, very small ribs. So it means that I'm expecting they'll get bigger as I get older, but right now, 26 in the back. When was the last time you saw a 26 back? Honestly, when was the last time you saw a 28 back? But I could buy 28 backs and they're normally okay, just pop them a bit tighter. If you're that small in the back, you're normally looking at a GGH. When was the last time you saw a 26H? I don't think you have. I'll be honest, I don't think you've ever seen that in a store. But it's... You can... Honestly, if you're in the UK, go to Bravissimo, because even if they can't help you, they will point out stores that can. Honestly, I recommend them so highly because they do small band sizes and they do big cup sizes to go with those small band sizes, and they're one of the only places in the UK as a chain that does. A lot of boutiques will, but they are a bit more expensive there, whereas Bravissimo do is just a standard. Ah dear. I love about the unis in general, but I gotta love being AMAB? AMAB? I'm not sure I know what that is, Cicada. Oh dear. 30 double D, yeah. Honestly, if you can be a 32 double D, you're in a good position. You'll fit basically every single brand in the UK. 30 is a little bit more difficult, but 32, you'll fit every brand in the UK. Everyone does a 32 double D. Ah dear, it's good. It's a good size to be. It gives you the most options. Supposedly small cosplay messenger, welcome on in. We're just complaining about bras right now. Welcome on in. Yes, it's smaller. It's smaller than the last one. This is, where is my hand? This is the costume. So you can see it from the back more. We're making some of the petals for the flowers at the moment. So like here's one petal. There it is, the one. We need to make a lot of petals, but at the moment I'm ranting about bras. Ah dear. DDG or 40 depending on brand. Yeah, that would make sense. Again, some bras are just stretchier than others. Luckily, there's quite a few brands that will do those sizes, and like younger brands and slightly more mature brands as well. Like, you have a pretty good range. At least in the UK you do. I don't know what it's like in America. Over here you would. Can't find a 30 anyway unless you want a training bra. Helpless. Bravissimo. Wait, you can't find a 30? Okay, Bravissimo, also big department stores like M&S and John Lewis all do a 30. You probably won't find them in places like New Look or H&M, but if you go to more lingerie departments or bra focused stores, Bow Avenue will do your size and everything, like everything. And there'll be adult pretty bras. So do not worry. Also, Calvin Klein do your size if you're looking for a good push-up. So do not worry, Dolphin. You could find them, I believe. Two of those stores also do 28 back, so if you did need to go down from a 30, you would also have options at Bravissimo and at Bow Avenue. Both of those will go down to a 28 back. I don't believe they do at John Lewis or M&S, and I know that they don't at Calvin. Double D from N and any, basically. So I'm male about. Oh, sorry, I see. I was like, I'm here like looking for like. Afternoon, milady. Oh dear. Thank you for letting me know. With different measurement from the back things, I have no idea what it is here. I think if I convert it quickly, I have a 32E. That's a good size as well. You'll find a lot of brands that do a 32E. Solid. Our third to the PMO, he's doing a speech now. I honestly don't even want to know. I've given up. Yeah, I'm a size 28, but I tend to settle for 30. In that case, if you're in the UK, Bow Avenue and Bravissimo are going to both be really good options for you because they do the size you're looking for in pretty bras as well as standard bras. Like, I know other places will do a 28 in your beige, white, and black, but Bow Avenue and Bravissimo will do them in pretty ones as well as your standards. Like, maybe you want a standard and that's fine, but it's nice to have the option of like a sheer red bra with like, I don't know, pasties or something. It's nice to have the option. So they have the options for you there. Do not worry. Honestly, being a bra fitter for this long, like for 4 years, it has its small benefits of, I know where bras are. Oh, I know which brands specifically I'd say. Is this a sponsor segment? Sponsor segment. I'd say as well, like if you're just looking on Amazon or stuff like that, Bow Avenue, I don't know if that's on Amazon, but I know brands like Freya are. Freya is a really good younger brand that do a 28 back in a lot of their bras. So if you're looking on Amazon, there you are. I think my fave company, Louisa Bracco, but of course it's always €80 and more for a bra, not H&M prices, yeah. Something I love about being military, I travel a lot so I can buy bras from countries that sometimes, oh, okay, actually sometimes fit. My girlfriend has the same shoes, she's 28 to, oh yeah, triple F. I never saw a bra that would fit her in a store. So actually, that means I think I'm the same size as your girlfriend, maybe. And I buy bras in shops. Me and your girlfriend will just have to talk so that, listen, I've got shops. Dear, do not worry, I have a lifetime of being a bra fitter and also having to find bras that fit me. Dear. I'd actually just full on recommend Freya if that's the case. So actually, if you're traveling a lot and you need to buy a bra online, have a little look at Freya because they do younger style bras, but they do a 28. I think you'd be looking at 28G or double G though, I'm not sure. Not a triple F in Freya. Oh dear. Brack. I'm sorry, I'm probably absolutely butchering that. My bad. Alright, I'm gonna get some proper paper. I think I have some just under here. So that I can draw some new ones. The only thing is, I'm not sure if I would like to do a smaller one, maybe. I think I might do a smaller one. So I started at 4 centimeters, but I think actually, oh god, they're all coming apart. I think that's the longer one. Yeah! Uh-huh. There you go. Excuse me. And just wiggle that around there. Okay. That way they're attached in the same sizes. I think I just want one smaller. Ah, dear. They have the LV sign on them that is all I know. A local Desus parlor sells them and they only one on my city that's 700k plus cater sizes are pretty or even at all. And that is mad. That is mad, actually. Did you say small cosplay? This is a small cosplay. It's only one costume. Like, the cosplay I was making before was 2 costumes in one. So this is just 1 costume in one. So it is smaller than the costume that I was making before. Thus, it is a small cosplay. Do not worry. Small cosplay. Oh dear. I would. Oh wait, what am I doing? I need to do this way first. I would only do a small costume. Absolutely. No big costumes here. I've never seen a big costume in my life. There we go. There we go, so measuring time to get all of my things measured. Heck yeah, sure, small. I technically common sense. No. Don't worry about common sense. We don't need that. Not here. We know that the 2 costumes is bigger than 1 costume, and since this is only 1 costume, that means that this costume is it just is smaller. There's just no way around it. It's a smaller costume, and. Really quickly, let me just double check. I have to keep saying it's a smaller costume because my fiance is in chat and they asked if I could have this costume be smaller than the last one, and I said, yeah, sure. The next costume I'll do is be small. So I have to keep reiterating that it's a small costume because otherwise I've gone against the promise of making a smaller costume this time. Oh dear. As I said, technically, I want to thank you, give up. Oh no, you're fine. I hope you're doing well. And honestly, it seems like your community is like really sweet and just wants, has just missed you. Which, yeah, would make sense. You're a very sweet being. People attract the sort of people that you are. Is that what? You attract similar people to you. There you go. Oh, English is my only language. I still can't do it. Oh dear. There we go. Got that there. Oh, I love your hair. I never got the chance to dye mine. Apparently hair colour is a safety hazard or something. Aww. I'm sorry to hear that. I know some people with very sensitive skin on their scalp can't do it because, you know, the bleach, at least the bleaching process. You might be able to dye it, but the bleaching is too much. I mean, even my scalp goes quite red afterwards, but it's never been bad enough that I haven't been able to do it. I do get it, yeah. Oh, never too late though. I mean, I've been dyeing my hair for over 10 years. And I've had it shaved, I just really like doing stuff with my hair. I don't really do much else, so just hair. Like you want to fall asleep, then do it. Or get a coffee. Both is good. Either falling asleep or treating yourself to a coffee and a biscuit. Maybe you're low on calories. Maybe you need to have a little snack. Something to like perk you up a little bit. There you go. So I need to cover the back of this in tape, but I'll probably draw... No, I think this is a good... I don't want a smaller one than this. Kathy makes me nauseous. Oh god, that's no good. Oh dear. I want to dye my hair, but I have a sensitive scalp, so I can see going fast really quickly. What I'd recommend to do is get it done at a hairdresser's the first time. If you are looking to bleach it, that way you can tell them that you have a sensitive scalp and they can give you some advice. They can do their test patch. If the test patch goes badly, obviously there won't be much they can do, but at the very least then you've had a professional to have a look at it. Personally, these days I do it all myself, but I've been to a hairdresser. Hairdresser's done my dyeing my hair a few times. Just like that safety precaution of like having someone else do the test patches and know what to look for and stuff like that is really helpful. Okay. Wow. Sitting with embryo implants, is there? Oh dear. It's not only me specifically, apparently it's a common thing, yeah. You guys do little test strands. I also have a sensitive scalp, but it's going okay. Yeah, just recommend getting it done. Yeah, it's like testing is important. I know a lot of people skip that step, but like, do you want to lose all your hair? Do a test strip. Otherwise you might just lose it all. And then what are you gonna dye if you have no hair? Oh dear. Plus, once you know that a certain dye works for you, certain bleach works for you even, you can use it again next time. You don't have to test it every single time, I don't think. But testing it the first time is really important. And if you're someone who dyes your hair a long time, I think still testing the new dye or new bleach is important. Because again, like, you obviously want to do something with your hair since you're looking to dye it. It'd be a shame if it all just fell out. Oh dear. Go. Wah, wah, wah. What's the best bra recommendation for a bridal dress? Oh my god. Okay. I would say if you're getting a bridal dress and you have to have any alterations on it, ask them to put cups and support into the dress. Don't try to find a bra that matches your dress. It's impossible half the time. It just doesn't happen. So when you're getting your alterations, ask them, please can you put a bra into my dress for me? They might not always be able to put a full structured bra, especially if it's not like corseted or boned or anything, but they can always put cups in it for you, so at least you have like the smoothness. Trying to find bras for these backless, low sweeping dresses, and people are like, yeah, I don't really want the stick-on bras, and it's like, okay, but then you don't get a bra. You don't get a bra. You can't have a bra in this. And most wedding dresses are not designed with boobs in mind, or with bra in mind either. So just have it built in. Build it into the wedding dress, honestly. You'll save yourself so much stress and hassle on the day. Build it into the wedding dress. Like, and people like will be against it. They'll be like, can I don't know if that's like a lot of extra work or something. Build it into the dress. Build it into the dress. The only times where you might not be able to have it is if you have a very, very flowing boho style dress, and then it might be a little difficult to add a bra just because it has to be loose. They might still be able to add cups in for you, but it might not be possible to do the full like shebang. But in those cases, like, you could probably just go braless anyway. Normally the fabric is thick enough. You just have to be careful not to run up the stairs too fast, you know? Recently cut my hair off so now it's fresh hair and I'll dye it again soon. Nice. I went through a crude cut phase and I cringe every time I see that photo of me. See, I have the opposite. I had like my head shaved mostly, and every time I look at it I'm like, damn, what if I did that again? What if we went back to that? That sounds fun. But then also I've like spent time growing it now, so I don't know. Ah, dear. Remember that, yeah. Let them loose. I guess I won't be able to run away from them in the altar without a bra. You'd have to, like, run like that. Friend of mine's getting married. He's gay, so he wanted to do a bikini wedding instead of dealing with 2 wedding dresses. And somehow talked me into putting a bikini on. Yes, bikini wedding. Honestly, though, your wedding day, it's about, you know, there are people who are very religious and religion is a really big part of it. But if that's not going to be the case, or if religion isn't necessarily a big part of your wedding day, having fun has got to be like the #1 so that you can have like a really good fun experience. So it doesn't really matter if it's traditional or not, as long as you have fun. Yeah. Have fun. Wow, there you go. Okay, where's the wire that I put to one side? There it is. Nice. Oh dear. Having fun? How dare you? Sorry, my bad. No fun. No fun. Fun's terrible. Banned. Banned. There we go. Oh. And peely, 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 peely. Oh, that's so much better now that the paper is stronger. Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad that fixed some of the problems. It's not fixing the fact that the sticky tape is really, really sticky, but it's fixing some of the problems, and I appreciate the effort. But where'd that go? I love feeling around on the floor for wire. Where did that go? There. Oh, there it is. Gotcha. Ow. Okay. Oh dear. Anyway, next up, are you? Too cold for bikini. Ah. Oh, lovely. Oh, good luck with all your planning then. I don't know when I'm getting married. I've been engaged for a couple of years now. But like, there's always something more important that we'd rather spend our money on than a wedding. I honestly have no idea. One day I will get married. Not today. Probably not anytime soon. One day. I guess that's because my dad is going to wear a bikini too. Oh dear. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Very fun. Rip. Oh dear. Oh, dearie me. It'll be a memorable wedding though. I'm not getting married again. Yeah, it's a lot of stress, money, pressure. That's why if you can, do something fun. Because that way, the payoff for like all of the hard work and effort you've put into the planning can be a really, really fun day with someone you love and with hopefully lots of people you love. Oh dear. But yeah, we just bought a house, so like, I don't know when we're getting married. One day. Our priorities was with housing. Love's great and all, but have you considered housing? Like, yeah. Like, there are people that spend like a house deposit on a wedding, and it just, we looked at it and we were like, we could spend it on a wedding, but for us, having somewhere we can come home to is more important, personally. Plus, I've always wanted my own house. It's been my dream since I was tiny. I designed my house over and over again. Like, there are kids who definitely go around designing like their wedding day and stuff like that. Not me. I really just wanted to own a house. I've always wanted to own a house. It's been my #1 dream for as long as I can remember. And now I do. And so done. Life finished. Completed. Big achievement. I did life. Well, I did the thing that I wanted to do. Ah, dear. Got married at a courthouse. I think that's a really good option. Honestly, it feels like a better and better option every single week. Jokes to getting married. I told her never, not going through it again. We found a lovely venue. We want to do it now because now Yo-Yo will come out next summer, and I really don't want to celebrate whilst being pregnant. Oh my god, so many life plans. Lovely, lovely. But I can't even find it, so I just want cuddles. Fair. Hey, I was a house designer kid too. I used to make houses out of paper and like popsicle sticks. So I used to like just glue them all together and slowly build houses. For some reason, all of the houses I designed as a kid had a hedge maze, and I'm not really sure where that came from, but like young me was just determined that if I ever owned property, it would be inside of a hedge maze. And I don't know why. Whenever I look back at the old drawings, I'm like, okay, the house is really cool, but why is it in a hedge maze? Oh dear, life is happening. Only ready for now. This is the same price as long-term in Germany, and we want to stay in the city. That's very fair. That's very fair. Also, Sunkoi, hello, new cosplay. Maybe. Listen, something shiny and new came out, and now that's what I want to make. Have you seen the Silent Hill F trailer, Sunkoi? Because there is a particular person in it that's on stream right now who is just absolutely stunning, and I want to be her. I want to be her right now. I think it's so pretty. It's like a beautiful mixture of like horror and like flowers and nature. It's so cool. I love it so much. And so, you know, I maybe have for now abandoned old cosplay to do this one. Any idea you have to get a positive test? Fair enough. Listen, what do you call it? Not childhood, the opposite of childhood. Parenthood looks different for loads of people. I know quite a few people that have had IVF, and it's been very good for them. It's stressful and nerve-wracking, but they've done it, and it's like they never look back on. Absolutely perfect, and honestly, their kids are really cute, so understandable. Wow. Wow. There you go. Okay. The smaller ones are easier, the big ones are a pain. But then it probably helps that I'm using better paper now. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? She's so cool. Okay, wait. I'm gonna get all the stuff up so I can show Sunkoi 2 seconds. I'm getting very excited. Where is my history tab? What? I'm not gonna bother turning the music off this time. I just want to show Sunkoi the trailer because I love the trailer so much. Oh. There it is. Trailer. I'm gonna skip a little bit because I want to get to the bit where it's focused on her. Oh. Like, how beautiful is the imagery? The musics don't go together, but like, oh yeah, like she's lying, Sunkoi. Oh, sorry. Also, tricholophobia wedding? Like, tricholophobia warning. Tricholophobia wedding. The wedding of the holes. She's like laying on a bed of organs. So like all of the flowers are like coming out of the organs. Tricholophobia warning, or tryptophobia. I'm not sure which one it is. Holes. And then the flowers bloom out of the body parts, and she's like in the background of like a sea of them, with it all growing out of her body. It's so pretty! It's so pretty! Honestly, I love it so much. She has intestines on her left side next to her ear. I just, oh my god, I love it. So, what does Vanity do? Heck yeah! Oh dear. Gonna start sewing too. Oh, you're fine. Take care. Enjoy your sewing. I hope that it goes well. And very nice. Don't come back in time. Have a lovely. Oh, you're fine. Take care. Thank you so much for popping by, Messenger. If anyone didn't check out Messenger yesterday, that was your heckin' chance. Very sweet being a lovely streamer. Ah, dear. Is it the new TwitchCon entry or just for funsies? If I can get it ready in time for TwitchCon, it'll be the new TwitchCon entry. I'll definitely enter it into something because I'm making every single flower by hand. And like, that's enough effort that I'm definitely entering it into something. I'm just not sure what yet. It depends. Hopefully TwitchCon, if it's ready in time. Oh, was that just good timing? No, yeah, it was. It was just good timing. There we go. You love the design of the flowers and knowing Japanese are death flowers. Okay, right. I'm gonna go over it again. This is the third time this stream, but I love talking about this costume because I'm passionate about it and it's very cool. Very midsummer. It's very midsummer. But this is the first Silent Hill based in Japan. So it's a new game. It's not out yet. It's probably be out in a couple years, honestly, from the sounds of it. But it's based in Japan, and there's a lot of theories going around at the moment that it's going to be based on trauma to do with the Nakashima and Hiroshima bombings. because it takes place in the 1960s, which is later. It is later. However, the character looks about 15 or 16 years old, which would mean that she would have been born around the time of the bombings, and Silent Hill generally targets trauma and like things like that. And I think out of everything that would have happened in those 20 years, that is a pretty heavy traumatic event that would be very Japan specific, that would work really well. Also, when you look at the way that the plants affect her, they affect her in the same kind of way that radiation sickness does, in that there is the point of contact which leaves like welts and burns and lumps in the skin, but then the radiation spotting up from that point, as well as necrosis where parts of the body do just fall straight off. It's very, very reminiscent of radiation sickness. I love all the theory coming out. Yee! Oh my god, I really enjoyed your theory as well though, with the more like spores, like mushroom spores hollowing people out from the inside. Like kind of terrifying, but really, really cool. Dear. Also, one thing that I didn't speak about with you in DMs, all of the child stuff going on. So like, even if it has nothing to do with radiation sickness or anything like that, there is a lot of hints about children in this, with the toys, with the toy shop, with the main character being younger. It feels like the trauma may be to do with children, and if it's to do with children, as well as the bomb dropping and all of the radiation sickness, it could be a really heavy and dark story. I'm very interested to see how it's going to pan out. Oh dear. Really nice attention to detail. Well, I mean, she has like growths coming off her for the last part of it, and like, while yes, the growths are predominantly flowers, it is very reminiscent again of someone who's going through radiation sickness. It's all very heavy, but very interesting and cool. I see that flower and I know death crap's gonna happen. Yeah. Oh, promise them. Yeah. It's like it symbolizes death, I think, because it predominantly grows on gravestones. So it does look like, I think the folklore about it is that the blood red comes from sucking up the blood from the corpse buried below. Yeah, or something like that. It's pretty intense. Oh, just a theory. A game theory, yes. Oh dear. There we go. Oh, you found a link? Pop it in the Discord. Yeah, we don't have links in chat just because it gets abused. Specifically, it gets abused to send dangerous links. I have not heard any other streamer have this issue. But there we are. That's the issue we had in our stream chat, was people coming in and putting viruses in the chat. Just straight up viruses. That's why we turned links off, because yeah, it's not, I don't want to promote an unsafe streaming environment. Oh dear. It happened really early into me streaming as well. Been, what do you call it? I felt like, wow, usually it's the other bots. Yeah, bots is one thing, but this was people. People came in, not bots. And were putting links to websites that had like, was Trojan viruses and stuff? Yeah, like bad stuff. We were very lucky to have mods at that point who like double checked what was going on and like ran tests on the links to make sure, like to see if they were safe before anyone actually clicked them. Because it's definitely not what you think of. Oh dear. I can't wait to be working on the blood veins. No, actually, these are flower petals. I'm slowly building up a collection of flower petals in differing sizes so we can start to make some of the flowers. Also, Motsuda, welcome on in. I hope you're doing all right. We have listened, we have started a new cosplay. Don't worry too much about it, it's fine. I new and shiny things. Ah, dear. Wow, there we are. You okay? I'm glad to hear it. Ah, dear. We've just been making little flower petals and gushing about the new Silent Hill trailer for Silent Hill F. It's very exciting. I'm very excited. I want to know more now, but I also know we're probably not going to get another trailer for a really long time, because this game, this is its first trailer. It's probably not going to come out for a couple of years, but I want to see more. Ugh. Go. Whoa, whoa. Nice. Yeah. Making flowers. Chrysanthemum, I believe is what these ones are. They're like the really big ones on her, so I have to make it like bigger. Just keep adding layers. That's okay though. Okay, stick that onto there. Do I have any more? No. I'm out. Perhaps a cup is in order for that thread. I think I need a cup. Oh, another cup of tea. I should probably put stuff in there. I need a cup of tea. More tea. I've run out. I had coffee. Also, Sunkoi, don't worry. Thank you so much for the lurk. Take care of yourself, and thank you for popping by. If people are looking for other cosplayers on Twitch, Sunkoi also makes cosplays, and I believe they are also making a cosplay for TwitchCon Paris next year as well. So if you are looking to follow the whole tournament arc, definitely give Sunkoi a look in so you can watch the stuff that they're making too. Go. Wah, 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 wah. There we go. And it's just so much easier after like you've got the twists out of it. So the first bit's really easy and then it just gets steadily harder as more and more twists emerge. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Out there. I should probably fold that over. There you go. It's a bit smaller. So how much thread are we aiming for? Honestly, so when it comes to like free motion and stuff like that, I can give a pretty good estimate because it's something that I've done a lot before. Whereas this, I've made flowers before, but I've not made flowers using these techniques. So I really don't have any idea how much I'm going to need for this. I'm probably going to make the first one and see about how much it uses, and then base the rest of my measurements on that. Because, yeah, I have no idea, honestly, no idea at all. Never done anything like this. Don't have any reference point. I don't even know how many layers I need yet, so like it would be easier maybe if I knew that I needed a certain amount of layers, but like I don't. I'm just gonna go until it's big enough. Oh dear. Keep seeing it roll and have flashbacks to when I had a cone on my lower end machine that didn't have an attachment for a cone. Yeah, I need the stand for thread. I know I do, but I'm lazy and I don't want to go buy it. You can get like a spool holder and it will hold it as you do stuff like this, but fine. We get by, you know? Oh dear, just get a mug. But what, why? Look at me, I'm getting by. Yeah, I could put it in a mug, honestly. It would stop it rolling around at least. But also, look at me, I'm getting by. Oh dear. Right, wrap that up a bit. And then get that all the way over this. Back across there. There we are. And fold that in. Wow. Good about this one, yeah, honestly. For next time, I will get a mug. Which I think is tomorrow, so we won't be waiting too long. What I'll do in the downtime between streams is I'll just like get things attached to the wire over and over again so that I don't have to worry about getting them attached to the wire whilst I'm streaming, because at that point I can't look at chat at all. I just feel really bad, like concentrating and not being able to talk for like 5 minutes. So I'll try and get those done before next stream so that next stream we could just spend the time on winding it. I'm glad we made a slightly smaller one. This is a bit smaller than the tutorial, but because I'm going to be layering it so much, I need some that are going to be right down the center. And I think this will look good. Also, I can see some gaps back here. Not going to allow that, I'm afraid. No gaps. Not on my watch. Especially not these teeny tiny ones. Oh dear. I actually have a crochet mug that has a whole... Oh my god! Wait, that's so cool! Oh, I love that! And honestly, like, they're a better pairing than tea and crafts, or coffee and crafts. Like, you can't. They go so well together. Or even hot chocolate and crafts, if you're feeling, like, fancy. maybe like some evening hot chocolate and crafts. I mean, it's becoming winter here, so it feels like it's nearly the season for some nice hot chocolate and some crafts. If you can, pop it in the Discord, because otherwise, I don't know if, what do you call it, Nightbot stacks up, and I don't want you to get timed out for like 10 minutes or something. I don't think that it does, but I have a fear. Yeah. Oh wait, actually, I'm gonna cut it here, aren't I? Yes, yes I am, because it's very twisted. There you go. Untwisted. There we are. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam. And over there. There we are. Start it again. And whoop. My grip. No, there you go. These small ones are nice because they go so quickly, so you feel really, really productive. Even though the only reason it's going so much quicker is because this is like 2 centimeters shorter per petal than the last one we did. But it feels like I'm being really, really productive. There we go. And there. And across there. And then build that back up again. Wow, there we go. Yummy hot chocolate. Yeah. You voted, and Luca has a lot of options. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Wait, that is so cute. You didn't tell me it could have a cat face on it. Oh my god. Wait a second. Heck, you know what? Genius. Genius. The marketing, top tier. I'm sold. That's so cute. Actually, I might ask for that for Christmas, maybe, from like family. Because I'm always trying to think of things like people would actually want. I'm always trying to think of like not that things that I'd actually want that people could have. There's a snail. I love that. It's so cute. All right, thank you for sharing. Oh, there we are. I can maybe ask my family for that for Christmas or something. Blah. And go all the way around there. And whoop, ping, 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 ping. And woo, 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 woo. And go back up. Oh, I just ate. Why am I so hungry again? Honestly, I feel that in my soul. It depends. Sometimes I'll have it where I'm like, I can't eat very much and I don't feel very hungry and yada yada yada, and then I have the opposite, where I am just insatiable. I am so hungry. I just want to eat 24/7, and like, but also I'm still quite picky. It's like I really want to eat like 10 custard slices. Kind of picky. Okay, there we go. I think that looks good. So let's bring this around and whoop, get that nice and close to there, and then unravel that. Get these together
trim that off. Just quickly pop these between my knees. I swear crafting makes me eat more. Oh, almost 100% same for me. I do get into like a funk sometimes where I'll be very, very distracted because like whatever I'm doing is a little bit more high intensity, and then I have the opposite effect of just forgetting to eat. But like if it's chill crafts, like this sort of thing where it's like I don't have to think too much, I'll get hungry a lot quicker. Okay, let's see. Get that one down there. And then that one down there. And that one down there. These are really small. That's okay, that's what I wanted. I wanted the small ones for the middle. And then some really, really central ones. That way they can sit inside these ones, I think. It just felt like the other ones were just a little too long to start out of. I think these ones are like a really good, it'll be mostly like that anyway, like they'll be really bent over. I think that'll be really good. Yeah, good place to start from for a center. And yeah, I like that. On the inside of that. Cute, cute. Cool. I'm glad we did that. I am going to stop there just because I don't have any more wire and I don't want to get any more wire, you know, I don't want to get any more wire out right now. I'm going to do most of that off stream for a bit, I think. So stick around though. We will raid into somebody else who is hopefully a sweet bean that maybe you haven't met yet. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a new bean for you to check out. Let's see who is live right now that I can send you all towards. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? We could actually... are they... Oh, okay. We're gonna go into Bear Boo. Bear Boo is playing one of my favorite games that I haven't played on stream, which is Telltale's The Walking Dead. Good for Halloween, good spooks, and they're very heckin' sweet beans, so I'm sure all of you will enjoy your time there. I will set up the raid now. If you would like a raid call, oh wait, no, it didn't work. There you go. There you go. There we go. If you would like a raid call, we do have a couple of raid calls. I think I completely forgot to resubscribe Nightbot. I'll try to remember that after stream today. We'll see. We'll see. I might just be emotional because The Walking Dead makes me emotional. But yes, they are playing that. Please do stick around, grab a raid call if you fancy, and we're going to send lots of love over to Bear. In the meantime, between streams, I'm going to try and get some more stuff set up so we can focus on wrapping tomorrow, so get more wires and stuff like that. I might go and see if I go into town and pick up some red paper as well, just because it would cover my back a little bit more in case any of the threads move over time. I think that would be a good call. I think that would be a good call. Oh, Hawk! Hello, thank you for popping by. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. For now, let's send you all towards Bear. Have a lovely rest of your day, everyone.